Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Twisted Metal Black. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. Thank you all for being here. The audience has spoken. We have Twisted Metal Black. Gonna christen my new capture card that just came in today. Should give me a much, much better chance at my videos not looking like total garbage, but that's to be determined. We'll see. Welcome Thomas, Panda, Mr. Viggs, SSWW3 2040. Thank you all for being here. So with Twisted Metal Black, that comes with a few choices. Mainly the character. So if you guys have any ideas for characters, let me know. We'll dive right into it. I've had a decent amount of practice with this game, just with the amount that I've been playing it for videos for my channel. So I think this should be a pretty breezy playthrough. We'll see. So we have a choice of Junkyard Dog, Brimstone, Outlaw, and Mr. Grimm, who I've done already. Full playthroughs on my channel. So if you want to see me do one of those again, I don't mind. But if you want some novelty, some spice, some variety, make your life even better, then we have plenty of other characters to choose from. Sweet Pepino, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hope y'all are doing well. This is a bit of an impromptu stream. I'm sure you saw that community post going up like, I don't know, 2 hours ago or so. I was waiting for my new capture card to come in, and thankfully it did, which gives us a good opportunity to do a stream. I'll turn the game down a little bit. Let me know if the audio is fine. I'm still getting used to using OBS, and I'm mad at OBS at the moment because my Mr. Grimm playthrough, none of the game audio came through like clear, like it was like static and silent, so I was really mad about that, but hopefully that's not the case here. We do have Crazy 8 in the chat, Mr. Viggs and Thomas going hard with Crazy 8, Panda with the taco, which for those unaware that means dark side. We have some manslaughter to treat myself after the Grimm run. I don't know, manslaughter kind of like Loki sucks, right? Isn't he? He's like bad in this game, but then in Twisted Metal Lost he's like much better, I think is my understanding. Audio's good on my end. Okay, awesome. I appreciate the feedback. You got Warthog or Crazy 8. I guess Crazy 8's the way to go because they have there's now 3 people. And also, you know, maybe I'll do like a couple like challenge levels because as we go through the campaign, I'm sure most of you are aware, like you have to choose between freeway or suburbs, downtown and highway loop, and so on. So maybe we can do some challenge mode. I'll be quiet for the cutscene.
You get plenty of time for thinking. It beats the alternative, listening to the screams that come from every direction. Must have been years I was left alone in that darkness. But when you look like I do, it's probably for the best. My life was over. But the man who did this to me, to my face, he was still out there. But one day, I had a visitor. Guy's name was Calypso. He ran this freak show contest he wanted me to be a part of. If I entered and won, he said I'd taste the payback I'd been dreaming about. I just wanted to find the son of a bitch who destroyed my life. How could I refuse?
All right, Crazy 8. I've not got to him in my playthroughs yet, so that'll be a fun one to go over. Audio's good. Thank you all for the feedback on the audio, because I'm still playing around, so trying to get used to it, so I'm glad I can do something right. He did not deserve any of the pain he went through. Oh, no way. Yeah, he's one of the characters that I find pretty sympathetic, and as far as the revenge goes, it's a believable sort of revenge, where the one for, like, Mr. Grimm, or, I don't know about Dollface. Trying to go through the list here. There's a few people with revenge in this game where I'm like, you could have wished for anything, and you chose just to inflict more harm on the people around you versus, just making right the thing that was wrong. And I don't know if I agree with that, but I guess that goes with the theme of like this game is trying to show people that, you know, the darkness that pervades every nook and cranny of this world, you know, makes people do some pretty nutty things. One thing I do need to get better at is this special weapon here, because good lord, like it's really good, but it's so hard to use because you have to like fully max charge. You have to like use the directional buttons and then like keep hitting the fire button as you're firing it. That gives you like the most damage. But like when you hit the directional button, you have to kind of determine which direction you're going for. Billy Ray, that's another one. Thank you. That has like a weird revenge plot. Like he could have done any, like, you know, he's got a mutilated mug. You know, you think he would want to fix that. Although no face. You know, if he were more believable, I suppose he would wish for his face back. I would. You know, like his first little like loading screen there says like, you know, have your face ripped apart, see what you ask for. Probably for my face to be like back to normal would be the first thing. Developers loved his character. His journal is a manual, and he's referenced in the trophy case in 2012 game. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, No Face is all over the like promotional material for this game. Like even I think like most of the trailers for this game like really feature him prominently. Like it's him that is like sort of a like refrain of the trailer, to keep cutting back to him in his padded cell like shaking his head in horror. And then even the disc, the game disc, has his face on it. So the cover is Sweet Tooth, obviously, because he's the mascot, but the game disc is Crazy 8. I just noticed that Calypso doesn't have a shirt under his jacket. It's the style, man. That's the style back in 2001. You know, if Instinct can do it, Calypso can do it too. No doubt about it. Do you think this game is a twisted imagination of Twisted Metal 1 and Needles Kane's mind? That's a good way that I interpret it, for sure. Especially since a lot of the level, oh my god, a lot of the levels in this game, they're sort of, yeah, they're like reimaginings of the levels in Twisted Metal 1. Especially the downtown level seems to be the Riverside, or was it River Park Rumble, whatever it's called in Twisted Metal 1. It's like a very close rendition of that. Highway Loop you can interpret as being Freeway Free-For-All from Twisted Metal 1. So yeah, that's definitely a way to interpret it. Although it's not a one-for-one. There's obviously characters in this game that don't appear in Twisted Metal 1, but that's how I like to think of it. So I'm going to turn vibration off. Yeah. Man, I gotta get good at this special, because it can be very, very powerful, but it's hard to use. Yeah, any person that had someone died that they love could have just wished them back, but revenge was their option. Only person I remember someone wishing for someone was in Head On with Amanda. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the only thing I can remember is, like, I want my friend back is that one. The Roadkill ending in Twisted Metal 1, sort of like that. I guess it's more like the Outlaw ending. Outlaw's ending in this game, I guess, is not a full-on revenge plot. He actually is trying to, like, remedy the problem. Maybe they go about it in like a backwards way, like going back in time to like solve that issue. Like, seems like a inefficient way to solve problems, but it's at least not just like revenge. Sometimes revenge blinds people. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely, and maybe that's what the game is trying to show. Like with Sweet Tooth in this game, I think is it revenge? No, he wants to break the curse. Like his actually is like a practical wish, but I think it turns into revenge because I think he needs to get the preacher's blood or something. So that there's some element of like, I need to harm the person that... Okay, maybe that's a way to interpret it, is like, if this is all in Sweet Tooth's head, his ending is saying, hey, the only way to fix the problem is to, like, hurt the person who caused it. And so maybe he, you know, sort of imparts that onto every person he sees. Like, oh, you have a problem? I know how to solve it. Just hurt people. Hurt the people who hurt you. That'll make things right. It's like a transaction. Like, every bit of harm that's done to someone is like a debt, and that needs to be repaid with revenge. I guess that's a way to interpret it. God, have I killed, like, anyone? I killed one person so far. This is, like, a really bad run. And what's funny is I played a little bit of this game last night, just, like, by myself. Well, I guess my wife and I were playing. I was showing her the game a little bit. And I played as Crazy 8, so I have, like, a little bit of, like, recent practice, and yet I'm still, like, sucking. This is the first level, too. Like, this level's supposed to be, like, easy peasy. The preacher blood is the cure. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. Like, you know, there's... I think there's some, like, thematic relevance of, like, why that's the cure versus anything else. But also, like, I think part of the cure was, like, he had to stop his killing ways. Like, the curse was because he's such a you know, irredeemable monster. And so, like, part of the catch was like, okay, you can break the curse, but also, you know, oh fuck, you gotta be, oh my god, you gotta be so close to people. If Frank got his face back, couldn't he just go actually find that doctor? Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's hard with no face, but yeah, get your face back. You have most of your senses, like, reconstructed. I think you got a good shot, you know? Go find the doctor. He's, like, in his story, we'll find out later. And, you know, he ripped apart the hospital, like, with no face. So I can only imagine what he would do had he, like, had all of his senses, like, at his disposal. But he was content with just hurting the person. Imagine all of that with student loans. Oh my god. Right? Yeah, if he kills, his hair catches on fire again. Yeah, which is like, if that's the case, like, he should have just took it, right? Because he decided not to. He decided he wants to stay with the flaming hair, like, keep the curse, because he can't let go of killing. But, like, I don't know, like, if you know you're going to go back to it, you might as well take, like, at least, like, a little break, right? If the option's there. It's like, maybe, like, a week off, go to, like, Hawaii or something just to chill out. And then you go back to killing. I don't know, I don't want to speak for Sweet Tooth. He seems like he knows what he wants. Like, I don't know. It's just a thought. Also, like, is it me, or, like, am I not finding many weapons on this map? If you ever saw the movie Seven, I saw a lot of Twisted Metal Black simulations in it. Mainly Dollface, John Doe, and Preacher. Similar styles to John Doe and Seven. I think... when did 7 come out? It was after 2001, so I'm sure there had to have been some inspiration, because I feel like the style of this game, like, you know, the horror movie, like, gritty, I don't know how to describe the style, but, like, 7 has a very distinct style that I do think it shares with Twisted Metal Black in some ways, and even the cutscenes of Twisted Metal 2012 sort of have that same vibe, where it's like, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's like if you think of, like, 90s hardcore punk, like a billing, like if they're playing a show, like how they promote the show with, like, a flyer with that sort of, like, punk style, that's kind of what I think of with Twisted Metal Black, but a little bit more, like, horror inspired. That's the style I think of with, like, 7 and Twisted Metal Black. I could be way off, but that's what I get from it. It must be terrible to sleep with the flaming head. I don't think he sleeps, right? Because some people have interpreted the sort of dichotomy between Marcus Kane and Needles Kane as to be like when Needles sleeps, that's when Marcus comes out, and vice versa. So I think when he sleeps, it does, like, because this is all in his head, right? So, like, I don't think his head is, like, literally on fire. So maybe he does. I don't think he sleeps with it. And if he does, like, I can't imagine. Like, he is committing arson in every building he, like, decides to take a nap in. Can I use the elf? No. Oh, Clip's now. What's up? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, wow. My freeze actually worked. So I could not get the freeze to work for shit when I was playing as Mr. Grimm. Like, the freeze always takes the weirdest angle. Like, it might as well be a power missile. Like, the thing just never hits. Yeah, it's the first death of the playthrough, but we killed 6 people before we got there, so hey. That's progress. My skills are developing. Like, one day I can be a pro gamer. Yeah, I do like in this game how the music changes whenever it's like a... Shit. Fuck, no target? What do you mean no target? They're right there. The music changes when there's one enemy left. Oh, that's a neat little touch. Sweet Tooth has insomnia, or it's said in his asylum profile thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Sweet Tooth doesn't sleep because he's a split personality, so I think the other half of his split personality, when he sleeps, is just the awake time for that aspect of him. It's kind of how I see it. Also, like, in Twisted Metal Head On, like, that ending for Marcus Kane, like, sort of implies, like, Kane waking up. And, like, when he's sleeping, that was, like, the Twisted Metal world. So, I don't know. There's some relevance, or there's some significance of, like, sleep with Marcus Kane and Needles Kane. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the patient profile does have the insomnia. Because I don't think anyone else has that. It's just him. And I'm sure that could just be they just were thinking of, like, random disorders to put in there. Because, like, he's just a violent monster. So, like, you gotta pick something. I always love Crazy 8's car. Oh, it's a great car. It's a fantastic car. I think every car in this game, I think, is a great style. Except for maybe, like, I don't know. I'm you know, behind the curtains, fellas. I'm I'm working on a new video where I'm like rating every car, like every game's cars, like by style. So like, you know, instead of like rating them their speed or special weapon or armor, it's like just the way they look. And I'm not very high on Junkyard Dog, but every other vehicle in this game I'm pretty stoked about. I have so many save files. I have like 3 or 4 Junkyard Dog files. Okay, let's just go over the first one. Who cares? Like a flamingo, half of their brain goes to sleep. I didn't know that. That's a very interesting flamingo fact. Hey, so Suburbs or Freeway? I'll give you guys 10 seconds to chat it up. I've been trying to do Crazy 8's max damage special, but I can't do it. It's hard to pull off because you use the directional button. So whatever direction the enemy's in, you tap that 3. Oh, thank you, Thomas, for... Yeah, so you tap it 3 times in that direction, and then you have to keep hitting the fire button to keep doing extra damage. It's hard to pull off. And then also if they leave that direction, I think it says like no target or lost connection or something. So like I guess it works if they're frozen maybe. Freeway and Sub. I wonder if it's possible to make a real life Twist Metal Black Warthog vehicle and make it drive. Okay, I'm seeing more Suburbs than Freeway. I hit 3 subs, 4 subs. All right, Suburbs it is. Thank you guys for participating. You've been trying to make a... Oh, okay, for the special. I thought, because someone said if it's possible to make a Warthog in real life. And like, I've been trying that. I thought you were responding to that. I'm like, oh, good luck with that. I'm sure it's possible, but it wouldn't be easy, I would imagine. Like, I think the tank components would probably have to stay in place. And you just, like, remove the turret and slap a station wagon on top and somehow, like, rig the controls to be, like, inside the station wagon. I don't know. I'm not, like, an engineer or anything. Not by any stretch. I do enjoy Suburbs more, too, so I'm glad you guys picked up this one. But when I finish, I'll probably try to do some bonus, depending on how long this takes. This could take, like, 5,000 years to finish. But I'll try to do some bonus levels where we pick up Freeway, and then whatever other levels we don't choose. I hope you don't fall down any buildings. It's not possible until we get to snowy roads, so I think I should be okay. At least for the first part of the game. Been binging your content on TikTok. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll be honest, my TikTok content, I want to say it's gotten like lower quality, but I've definitely focused more on the YouTube stuff than I have TikTok. Where most of because I have it only on, if I want to upload the video to YouTube and TikTok simultaneously, I have to keep it under a minute, or like a minute or less, because that's how long the shorts allow. And so that doesn't give me a lot of time to like explain things in depth. So I've kind of resorted to using more like fast-paced, hey, here's how something evolved over the course of the entire series. And I do enjoy making those videos, but I like the ones more where I got to like go in depth for like 3, 4, 5 minutes. And so what I'm trying to do is adapt those longer videos into even longer videos for YouTube. Like I've done Preacher and Grimm so far. But I'm glad you said. I appreciate you like the TikTok content. I'm doing my best to satisfy everyone's content entertainment needs. Clip is trying to make his own Killdozer. Well, Killdozer was... Oh, what was that? That sounds familiar. Is that like a death race thing? It sounds... I don't know. It sounds familiar. God mode plus ledges equal death. Me playing this game in general just equals death. But yeah, God mode and ledges are a iconic duo in my live streams. Like, someone on the TikTok, they were like... I made the new video, the new TikTok or short or whatever, where it's like, yeah, the best place is to fall to your death. And like, someone's like, oh, you're running out of ideas. Like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is just, it's an inside joke, man. I'm just that bad at the game. I'm so bad that, like, me, like, just referring to what I do on stream is, like, running out of ideas. I swear No Face was, like, a main antagonist for TM Black, like he is on the back cover and disc cover. I don't know about antagonist, because I don't know if anyone's considered a protagonist or antagonist, except for Sweet Tooth. He's, like, the only, like, main character. But he's definitely, like, a big part of the game. Like, I don't know if they want to make him the mascot, but... they definitely focused a lot on him, which is, I think, pretty impressive because there's a lot of characters they could have, like, gave attention to. Dollface, Mr. Grimm, even Axel. Like, there's a lot of, I think, pretty iconic characters from this game. But they decided for Crazy 8, I guess because Crazy 8's, like, the most, like, I don't know, not realistic, but, like, his demeanor is, like, the most, like, not insane. And so maybe they're like, okay, this guy would be the most relatable in the way he talks and the way he writes journals and stuff, so that's why they made the manual the way they did. And No Face has seen a lot in the trailer. Yeah, and if anyone's curious, on my Twisted Metal YouTube videos, whenever I use like if I'm trying to talk about the game in general, I try to use trailers because I think they do a good job of like editing together like, you know, vague general things about the game. And so that's where you see a lot of the Crazy 8 stuff, with him shaking his head back and forth. It's all from the trailer. The Killdozer was a real thing. Some guy basically welded himself into an armored bulldozer and used it to destroy a bunch of property. Oh my god. That's horrifying. Like, I would hate that. Like, I don't know, imagine being in the neighborhood of that guy. Like, it didn't take him like a day to build it. He was building it for, I'm assuming, a long time. I don't know. So I don't want to be that guy's neighbor. Fortunately, he was the only person who he killed, and he did a lot of damage. Yeah, I would only imagine. Like, I'm glad no one got, like, seriously hurt, except for him, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't feel as bad for him. No Face was going to be in Twisted Metal 2012. Same with the Yellow Cake. I'm assuming that's Yellow Jacket and Twister. Yeah, I wish there was the DLC for that game. I mean, they say it's because the game flopped, like, commercially. That's why they didn't do the DLC. But I think a big part of it was the post-launch support for the game in general was just, like, fucking pathetic. And I think part of that was because David Jaffe left that studio almost immediately. Like, the game shipped, and, like, within a week, he was, like, out. He was gone. So I think without, like, the lead of that studio, I think they kind of, like, you know, lacked direction or any sort of, you know, ability to do real work on the game, let alone DLC. So I think that's more the reason why it didn't get the DLC that it deserved. I feel like Black is one of the games that have to be remade. I could just imagine how much more gritty things could be, well, if done right. Oh yeah. Now this game, I think it's the most easily adaptable to like the modern gaming landscape, even more so than Twisted Metal 2. I think Twisted Metal 2 would have to rely a lot on its like nostalgia. Like, just the fact that, like, people, oh yeah, I remember that game. Black, I think, could live, like, in the modern landscape. Like, it's kind of, like, cartoonishly dark, so I don't think, like, you get all the whole people saying, oh, that's not appropriate or whatever. You know, people complain about, like, political correctness and stuff. But I think this is, like, so far removed from, like, that conversation that I don't, it would just be called artistic. Yellow Cake cracked me up, hell yeah. Did you check the TV show trailer? I did, yeah. I have a couple videos up right now on YouTube with my reaction to it. My general thoughts on it is just that I think it'll be good. I have an open mind to it. I think it'll be, at worst, just dumb fun. It'll just be a fun thing to watch. Versus me thinking it's going to be, like, completely terrible. Because I know a few people that are like, nah, it's going to suck. Like, nothing about it looks good. It looks boring and stupid and cringe. But I don't know. I think it'll be fun. Yellow Cake typo on my phone, so I meant Yellow Jacket. Yeah, I kind of figured. But Yellow Cake is funny, though. Also, why can't I enter the damn bridge ever from the side? Like, they always put it in such a spot that, like, it's so hard to, like, get on. Wow. Nice. Okay, well, that's the first game over. I thought this would go smoother. Also, one thing I noticed and that I don't like is there's a way on this game to enter a map without enemies on it just to explore. But when I did it on Suburbs, the sound effects are removed. So, or not like all of them, but like the ambient ones, like you go to Benny's bar, you can hear like a... Let's see if I can get it. I think I can barely hear it. It's supposed to be like a country song that plays. There's one over here in the bar that's a like a strip club song, just like a generic, like, I don't know, quote unquote sexy song. But when you do it on challenge mode, like with the no enemies, like they don't play. I'm kind of disappointed by it. Yeah, I don't mean to pick on you. That was just hilarious. I think most typos are just, I don't know, they lead to a lot of unintentional humor that I think we should really turn into. You know, we shouldn't avoid it. Let's embrace it. I love the mix of all these games with the darkness and comedy mixed. Yeah, that's the best way to go with the show, is I think you juxtapose, like, the darkness with, like, humor, you know? And I think with the trailer we saw, you know, like, the sort of serious action stuff mixed with the, like, you know, undercut with comedy. Like that scene where he's, like, you know, starting the car and, like, doing all the cool action stuff. But then, like, you know, very quickly he switches to his CD book where he pulls out his road mix or whatever. Like, I don't think it's a great joke, but at least it shows the tone of the show. Like, yeah, we want this to be like serious, cool, like action, and then we're just gonna like, you know, subvert it with like comedy. So I think it's a good way to go. But I think you need to have a little bit more edge to it, a little more darkness. But it's just a teaser trailer, so it's hard to really judge what the show's going to be based on like 45 seconds. The guy who made the Killdozer was mad because his business was being surrounded by other businesses, and the county wouldn't put a road in front of his business. I mean, that's a valid criticism to have, but I do contend his way of going about fixing it. Like, just, I don't know, go to like a county board meeting, like complain. I don't know, like, don't make a Killdozer. I feel like that's gonna ruin a lot of your chances of doing anything else in life. Although I guess he ended up dying, so I don't know. Who am I to say? Hello, boys and girls. Sweet Tooth, Twistmetal Black. Yeah, he's got a lot of iconic lines in this game. I think, like, the shut up and bleed, you motherfucker, but it cuts off the fucker. I think that's iconic. Boys and girls, I think, is iconic. I don't know. Sweet Tooth in this game, I think, really separated himself as, like, the mascot of the series. I would like Warthog to, like, stop being a coward. Fucking fight me, dude. Alright, max charge. That was underwhelming. I think I'm going to stop trying to do max charge. I'm just going to do regular. Just save myself the trouble. Damn, this guy has got so much health, man. Holy crap. The country song in Benny's in Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, I love that. I love that it's like... I heard it first in New Vegas, and then I found out about, like, the ambient noise in this game. Like, oh shit, that's I think it's a Sin by Eddie Arnold or something like that. And I think also there's a song in, if you listen to the Junkyard Dog intro, I think it's actually in the intro and the ending. You hear a song from New Vegas where when his wife is cheating on him, like making out with the pilot, there's like a song on the radio, and then as he's like pulling the plane in to like run over the pilot, you hear it there as well. It says neat little country songs. I think at one of the houses you hear arguing. Yes, you do. Yeah, that's another ambient song or a sound that's like, I think it's disturbing, honestly. Like, it's so dark. It's like you hear like a dog barking, you hear like somebody like flipping through like TV channels and stuff, and then there's one that's like people arguing, and there's like some domestic violence there, which is kind of like, I don't know. Like, I know you're trying to be dark, but like, I don't know, it's like to pull that into the game with no like, I don't know, no, like without content. I don't know. It just seems like a weird choice to make. But, you know, they're trying to be overly dark, so I get it. But I think if they were to make a remake, I don't think that would make the cut. I don't think that would last. God, the mecha guns are, like, stupid powerful. Holy crap. Come on. God, I get them so close every time, then they just run away. Come back here, you son of a bitch. No, I don't want to use invisibility. Okay, I got him. I can do J.S. Gilbert Sweet Tooth voice. I mean, I think he's, like, the perfect voice actor for Sweet Tooth. So if you can somehow like emulate his voice, that's pretty impressive. Because to me, he is the voice of Sweet Tooth. I'm So Blue is the name of the song, but I forget the singer's name. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, you're right. I think It's a Sin is the one that plays in the Junkyard Dog ending. It's good that they stick with Sweet Tooth's character design from Black. He looked different from each Twistmetal game before Black. Yeah, that's 100% true. Because I think once he got to Black, I think that's where he became, like, the true Sweet Tooth. Because before that, he was, like, a guy in, like, a cheap clown costume. Then he was, like, a literal clown, or, like, he's not a person dressed as a clown. Like, he is a clown. In 3, I think he was just, like, a fucking meme. I don't know what the hell he was. 4, he looked kind of gross, and then he got to Black. I don't know why I used that. I didn't need to. Alright, max attack, fucker. Eat that shit. There we go. What if the Vault New Vegas is connected to Twistmetal Black universe? I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but what if? Hey, what if? Like, I think there's enough people who can do that sort of mental gymnastics and fit it together. Like, go to MatPat on Game Theory or something. Maybe you'll put something together. The idea of a domestic abuse track coming from one of the houses you turn to splinters is really upsetting. Yeah, isn't it? Like, I don't know, especially because it's like so understated. Like, it's not something everyone knows about. Like, you kind of have to be looking for it. And like I said, you can't just go to the secret challenge mode where you can explore the map freely with no enemies. You don't find it there. You only find it in story mode. And the only way to hear it, I think, is if you have like the music turned off and you have to be looking for it. So, I don't know. It's just like, I guess you can call it an Easter egg at that point, but if that's an Easter egg, that's fucked up. Sweet Tooth and Head On is pretty good as well. No, he is, definitely. Although, I think... No, in Head On it's a different voice actor. I think J.S. Gilbert came back for 2012, I think. Okay, we gotta be careful, because Roadkill is full health, and he is right around the corner. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go... I'm just gonna get whatever health I can. Twist Metal 3 Sweet Tooth was obsessed with ice cream. Yeah, he was, and I don't know what he was, though, because, like... I don't know if he's like a literal clown or a guy dressed as a clown or like some supernatural entity. I have no idea what they're going for in that game. Like, I don't know. I like the cover version of Sweet Tooth in that game, like the one that's on the cover of the game. I like that style. Like, that to me is fairly iconic. Although I think that's the same one that was like... I don't know. I was at a retro game store today, and they had Twisted Metal 1. Oh my god, I just fucking punted that guy. I found Twisted Metal 1, like, the disc version, and it looked like the inside cover of that game has like the same sort of Sweet Tooth head as what appears on the cover of Twisted Metal 3. Or at least it looks like vaguely similar. David Jaffe liked the teaser trailer. I did watch Jaffe's reaction to it, and it feels a little validating to me that, like, you know, I think his opinion does hold much more weight than basically anyone else's when it comes to Twisted Metal. And, you know, I made my reaction video to it before I saw his, and just to see that him and I, like, sort of had the same reaction in a lot of ways was, like, pretty, like, validating. Like, okay, I got the right thoughts going on about this thing. That basically, like, it looks like, you know, good, dumb fun. You know, the world looks a little goofy or whatever. The humor's not landing entirely, but that's no reason the game can't be good. On this level, you can hear patients running from something in the asylum. I'm guessing it's the cars in the contest. Oh, I bet. Yeah, let's go there now. Let's go to the asylum. We can hear some of the screams and the doctors running around and all that. Let's see. I know it's, you know, sort of a design choice, but I always think the buildings in this game are like fucking weird. Because, like, they're always, like, wide open. Either they just, like, explode entirely, or they're just, like, 4 walls with nothing inside. But I know you can't render, like, intricate indoor environments for a game like you're in a car, but I don't know, it always threw me off. Fred Tescator Tatasciore, I can't pronounce. I hope I don't offend that person. But, yeah, he was a good Sweet Tooth, for sure. Sweet Tooth, once black came out around his design, truly became iconic, though I felt his vehicle was iconic before his character design was. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, because Sweet Tooth was the mascot of Twisted Metal, like, the entire time. Minus, like, Twisted Metal 2, I think they really tried to get Axl to be the front man for the Twisted Metal band, but I think once 989 Studios got a hold of the franchise, I think they're like, no, it's Sweet Tooth. Even making him, like, the leader of the contest in Twisted Metal 4, I think it was very clear what they wanted to do. Actually, do I have Warthog unlocked on this? Because I'm playing on PS4 now. Normally I play on PS3. This is PS4. So I don't know what I have unlocked or not. So let's just check this out. No. Okay, there we go. What the fuck? How were you in here already? Like, you couldn't have not have been in here. Like, I just opened the hole. You gotta leave, dude. Oh, come on. You had to have died from that. Dude, Roadkill is an asshole. What a jerk. On this, Small Brawl, Sweet Tooth was good. I don't remember the Small Brawl, Sweet Tooth talking. But in general, he's a good Sweet Tooth. I'll give him that. Oh my god. Oh my god, we gotta get health. We are, as the kids say, down bad. I gotta show off my riz on the competition and seduce them into a carcass. I don't know. Forgive me. The prison is the weirdest building in this game. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean like the prison passage one, like you're on the boat and you go to the Blackfield Asylum. Like it is a weird fucking building, man. Like just way too big to be realistic. But you know, if the game takes place within Sweet Tooth's head, like that could just be his interpretation of what like the asylum is. Oh fuck! I was trying to get that health. Dang! Shadow coming in fucking hot. Roadkill jumped in through the hole. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did, but like it seemed like as soon as I landed, he was already in there. I feel like I went in pretty quick, but I don't know. Axel was on the Harbor City cover too. Did Harbor City have a cover? I don't know if Harbor City had a cover. J.S. Gilbert did Sweet Tooth in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I didn't know that. Because that's like one piece of like Twisted Metal anything that I just haven't really touched at all. But a number of people have like told me about it, mainly because of that video I did, like Sweet Tooth's trophy chest in black, or in 2012, sorry. You know, I mentioned the Blades of Chaos that are in there, and people were like suggesting that was because of Sweet Tooth being in PlayStation All-Stars, but I think Twisted Metal 2012 predates All-Stars, and also I think it was more of a reference to like Jaffe being, you know, the creator of God of War and Twisted Metal. But a lot of people were like, no, it's because of PlayStation All-Stars. So I don't know, maybe I should check it out just for the I want to be a comprehensive Twisted Metal content creator. I think that's part of it. I think in the Asylum, the audio implies they're reacting to the contest and that there's dangerous inmate on the loose. Maybe. Let's go back over there. Because all I hear is yelling and like some like stuff over the intercom. Yeah, it seems to be like mostly unintelligible, like screaming. I'm thinking about getting Twisted Metal Black on PS5, even though I already have it on PS2. I recommend it, because even if you already have it on like older consoles, like PS2, PS3, getting it on PS4 like I have here, you have it upscaled to 1080p on top of trophy support. So I do think it's a worthy upgrade, and it's like $10. So like, you know, not that $10 is nothing, but I think it's a worthy upgrade. If it was like 20, I'd probably like say skip it, but $10, I think it's fair. All right, Junkyard Dog. Bro, I get so much armor. Good evening, nice to join on my favorite tracks playing. Suburbs remix of the Rooftops Battle theme from TM1 is great. That's a fun fact. Also, thanks for joining us. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that this was a version of the that Rooftops, because that Rooftops Battle music is like, because the rest of the game is like super like, you know, hair metal, like, you know, aggressive, you know, sort of rough and rowdy metal, and then the Rooftops level, it almost feels like a, you know, Twisted Metal Black, like a OST song. So that makes sense that they reused it. Same with the Antarctica level on Twisted Metal 2. Like that one really feels like a Twisted Metal Black song to me. It's very orchestral, cinematic, dramatic. I am the metal assignment. You're the metal assignment. Yeah, the cover was artwork for the game case. Yeah, I gotta look that up, because I didn't know that it ever had like an official, like, you know, cover and stuff, because I don't know how far it got into development. It was like 75%, so I'm not sure like if marketing got involved and stuff, because there was that one like leaked like teaser trailer for it, but I think as far as I can tell, it's like the only official like marketing material. The guy in the Asylum sounds like that fish guy from Resident Evil Village. Oh my god, little guy. The little man makes a cameo appearance. Yeah, I don't know much about Resident Evil Village, so I'll take your word for that. I remember listening to the audio file for the Asylum. There was a guy saying something like, over here, nurse, and there's a woman screaming. That makes sense. You know, I like those little pieces of ambience that this game has. Like, that makes sense. That's not too dark. It's just kind of like, you know, it's dark in a cartoony way, I guess is maybe what I'm getting at. Like, I like the parts of this game that are, like, really dark and edgy, but it's, like, so over-the-top and cartoony that it's, like, not that upsetting. But, like, the domestic, you know, altercation in the, I don't want to say violence, but maybe the YouTube will get mad at me. The domestic violence that happens, like, on this level in that house, I think that's a little bit too far, because, like, it's not over the top. It's, like, real. Like, that really is happening to people who could have been playing this game, you know? You know, like, let's say, like, their kid was in the living room playing this game, and, like, in the background they hear in the game what's going on, you know, in their own life. Like, that's not what you play these games for. You don't want to be reminded of that with no reason. Like, you know, there's obviously, like, really dark stories in this game, but they get resolved in a way that might be, you know, weird and, you know, violent, but, like, they get resolved and it's cartoony and, like, we all have fun. But, I don't know, it just seems like a step too far. If I can get it, I can stream it too, so I think it's worth it. Oh, yeah, definitely, because PS5 and PS4, like, they give you really good options for streaming, like, directly from the console. If I could just bang the drawer in front of me. But, yeah, they gave you a lot of really cool options for streaming. Because you have the chat right there, you can plug in your mic to the controller. It's very cool. Where he says, "Mother, they have something right here." Oh, I got you. Okay. My favorite character is Sweet Tooth and Mr. Grimm. Yeah, those are the two, I think, best like designed characters in this game. Like Mr. Grimm's design in this game, I think, is as iconic as Sweet Tooth's, or I guess maybe as legendary. Maybe not iconic, because I think people always think of Sweet Tooth before they think of Mr. Grimm. I like how Incognito Entertainment made Twisted Metal Black and then Twisted Metal Small Brawl in 2001. It wasn't that like a jarring shift, like the fact that this game came out, like possibly not only the darkest game for this series, but like just for the PS2 generation in general. And then like not even a year later, within the same year, they're like, okay, here's your Small Brawl, here you go, enjoy. Like for people who are like, I don't know, like just getting into Twisted Metal for the first time, like thinking like, okay, this is what the series is. Holy crap, this thing is dark, it's mature, it's for me. And then, you know, okay, Small Brawl came out. I bet that's going to be like, you know, its own crazy thing. And then just like a kid's game. Very good though. It's high quality stuff. Okay, I don't think I even looked if I had Warthog. Okay, I do have Warthog. Great. I didn't know. I think it was your video about Crazy 8's directional special. New favorite character. Yeah, I mean, I think I did mention it because I do have like a full playthrough of me playing as him on my channel. But I think I found out about it through one of Fiendly's videos. So if you have a chance to check out their content, they do like really cool, like in-depth like Let's Plays and stuff. But that's how I learned about the directional button. And the way they use it is like so damn smooth, man. Like they can just make it work, and I suck. So like, I don't know. I'm not giving this character much justice. Oh no, I don't have any more of my my health bridges. Great. Mr. Grimm is iconic to TM fans. Sweet Tooth is iconic to general pop. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Definitely. Yeah, the only reason Small Brawl didn't go to PS2 is because they didn't want to hurt black sales, and surveys showed Small Brawl demographic didn't have PS2. Yeah, I think even Jaffe, I think, mentioned that, where they were thinking, like, okay, if we're going to have, like, a game for a younger generation, you know, the idea would be, like, the parents or the older brothers would have the PS2, and then, like, the younger brother would have, you know, the hand-me-down PS1. Like, when they upgraded to PS2, there was still a PS1 in the household. They just gave it to the younger sibling. And that's, I think, a big part of why Small Brawl came out on PS1. On top of, like, yeah, you don't want to, like, cannibalize your own sales. Even though I think, like, they're for two different audiences entirely. Like, I don't think that the 7-year-old playing Small Brawl has much interest in, like, you know, migrating over to this game right away. I saw your new Mr. Grimm video, and I don't know if it's your capture card, but the color looks off. Yeah, the capture card I had before is, like, completely trash. I hate it. So I got a new one. This is it here. And I apologize for the audio. I apologize for the way the game looked. I hope I can correct it in the future. But, yeah, that's probably why it's the capture card. Because, like, in general, it, like, smushed the colors. Like, there was, like, no shading. Like, everything was, like, I don't know. It looked terrible. Like, it looked like way too compressed, and like the audio came out terrible. I'm very upset. I hate it. I remember this game when I was a kid, but only the menu intro and Bloody Mary in the end credits. Oh wow, yeah, the main menu, obviously, like, that's memorable. It's one of the greatest main menu songs ever. But the Bloody Mary ending, that seems like a weird one to memorize. But yeah, no, I hope I can give you a good enough experience of playing this game. So I think I'm in like a good place as a player in this game, where like I'm good enough to like get through the game eventually, but I'm not so good that I don't give you the experience of a player playing this for like the first time. Like I'm bad enough that you're like, is this the first time? It's not, but I'm just very bad. Whereas you watch like I'm sure when Kongdu gets to it, or Winters, or even when Fiendly plays, like they're crushing this game. Like they can breeze through it like an hour. I've been at this 47 minutes, and I'm only on the second level. But this is the general experience, I think. And also, I just play this game for fun. I'm not trying to do it for efficiency. You know, this is supposed to be fun. It's fun hanging out with you guys. I like how they used Painted Black by Rolling Stones for the end credits in the main menu. Yeah, I think it's a great choice. And also, you know, I haven't listened to that song in full in a long time. But, you know, just from what I can glean from that song, it does seem like that song does make sense in the context of this game being in the mind of Needles Kane. You know, where you have someone who is sort of, you know, I guess corrupted by the world around them to a point where they're like disillusioned, and like everything is just dark and black. Like they have a filter over the reality. And I think that's a way to describe this game, is, you know, Sweet Tooth having a filter over his reality. It's a good shot of the Ferris wheel plummeting into the sea. I'm bad at this game. Well, yeah, I think everyone's bad at this game for the first, like, 10 hours. It's hard, man. It's a hard game. Preacher scared me as a kid. Man, every character scared me as a kid with this game. Like, my God. Like, I could not watch any of the cutscenes when I was, like, first playing this game as, like, a, you know, 7 or 8-year-old, whatever it was. Probably way too young, but, like, every character in this game was like, oh, shit, I can't even watch. I vote for Snowy Rose if the stream gets that far. I hope it gets that far. If it doesn't, no, it will get that far. Eventually, I'll just give up and use cheats, but I hope that doesn't have to happen. But if it does, we will get to Snowy Rose. What is your favorite music to hear? Like, in the game, like, for Twisted Metal, it's hard to say. I think Head On's music is fucking excellent, and there's a lot of variety with, like, rock and electronic and, like, sort of, like, chill music. But the, you know, sort of cinematic orchestral stuff of Black, I think, I don't know, it's hard to put anything above that. But those two for sure. But in general, what music I like to hear is usually, like, you know, rock and metal, I guess. I've been kind of getting some more, like, metalcore, like Ice Nine Kills, or like Motionless in White, Knocked Loose, stuff like that. Like heavier music, I suppose, but not like black metal or, like, you know, Lamb of God sort of stuff. Not quite that heavy, but that's the kind of stuff I like. I want to see us Army MRAP or M117 vehicle for Cage at Twisted Metal. I mean, I'm not overly familiar with, like, you know, military vehicles, but I think that the Warthog and Minion of this series have always been, like, the representations of that. So Warthog is, like, you know, your Humvees and, like, that station wagon tank combo, and then Minion has always been, like, you know, your sort of armored car tank sort of thing. Okay, we're in big trouble here. We have 2 opponents, and they're both very fucking angry, and I have no real means of getting health, so let's just make some rounds. Hopefully I can find something. Yellow Jacket was a shocker for me, seeing that Robo-Dad was creepy. Yeah, that's a super fucked up, like, character in general, man. It's hard to look at. Like, the only characters that, like, I didn't have a tough time looking at were, like, Junkyard Dog, for some reason, didn't really, like, bother me that much. Outlaw, of course, John Doe, Spectre. Like, those ones, that they look like normal people. But then you get into their stories, and you're like, oh, man, that's fucked up. I wonder how Warhawk would play. Probably clumsy as hell. I think the reason it was cut was they're like, no, we have no real way of making this work without, like, completely ruining the experience. But they did end up making a playable helicopter in the later games. Or later game, I should say. It was only in Twisted Metal 2012. God, will they leave me alone? Holy shit. Like, I'm trying to make my rounds here. Also, I don't know, for what it's worth, I'm playing on a PS4, and I keep using the D-pad to steer, and, like, I think maybe that's a big part of why I'm, like, having as much trouble. Like, I should use the analog stick more. I don't know why. I don't know why I use the D-pad. Fucking pleb, I guess. I think there's a health on top of that building still. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, God. I don't want to lose, man. Okay, there wasn't one up there. If I can get, like, 2 healths, I like my chances. Warhawk was going to be playable, but they couldn't figure out how to keep him in the maps. Yeah, I think that was part of it, was that there was no real way to put the barriers up to make it work. Because he's huge. Warhawk is massive. So, like, I think he would sort of dwarf any map that he's put inside of, and then, yeah, it just wasn't worth their time, I guess, to make it work. But, I mean, they could have had it like they do in Tower Tooth, in Twisted Metal Head On, where he's only available on certain maps. I think that would be, like, the best way to handle that situation. Like, you know, you could use Warhawk, but only on Warhawk's rooftop. Just to say you can do it. I hate playing as Talon. I also hate Twisted Metal 2012 Sweetbot. Yeah, anytime you add, like, a whole different, you know, axis of movement to a game that's primarily on, you know, just... Oh, God. I was trying to get away, man. It's tough. Okay. Alright, hey, here's how this is gonna go. Nope. 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 There we go. Alright, just for this level, because I've done it 3 times. If I don't do it, by the 3rd time of playing a level, if I don't do it, I'm just gonna... Yeah, you're gonna use God Mode. You already know. You already know. Yeah, anytime you have, like, you know, a yeah, a character that uses a completely different axis for what the rest of the game is based on. Say pimpy, pimpy boy. I'll say it for that, I guess. I don't know what to say about that. They should bring back Danny DeVito for the new Twisted Metal game if they make one. That's the only way to go forward. You know, if you're gonna pay homage to the series, you gotta pay homage to Danny DeVito, for sure. Because yeah, he was the Trash Man in Twisted Metal 4. Although I think the voice actor was John St. John, but we all know the Trash Man's Danny DeVito. I usually use D-pad for high-speed driving games. I think playing things like Gran Turismo or the earlier Twisted Metal games put me in the habit of preferring that. I can definitely see that. Like even like the modern Gran Turismo games, I don't use the D-pad, but I use the I think it's X, right? I use the X for the accelerator. I think most people like use the triggers like R2, L2, but nah, I use the X button. Just it feels more natural to me. Imagine the Pit Viper appears in the show. I mean, if she does, like, that would be really cool for her, because I don't think they ever appeared in anything else, except for, like, maybe they would have appeared in Harbor City, and maybe they would have appeared in 2012, but they never actually got the shot. Y'all see the new Gran Turismo trailer? No, I haven't. No, actually, no, I have seen it, yeah. And it's the director of, it's Neil Blomkamp. I think he did Chappie and District 9 and stuff, so, I don't know, it could be good. Like, I think the story, from what I can tell from the trailer, seems a little, I don't know, a little lame. You know, just like, a kid whose parents don't believe in him. He has a dream of playing, video games professionally. He wants to be a race car driver and stuff. And everyone's doubting him, but eventually he'll show them all. Like, not a bad story. It's just kind of like we've seen it before. But it could be fun. Could be good. I love Gran Turismo, so anything that's there, I'll probably consume it. I enjoy it. I remember War of the Monsters. I never got to play it, though. I never played it either. I really should. I had War of the Monsters as a kid, and I can see they used the same engine for it in Twisted Metal. Yeah, definitely. It was the Kinetica engine. I think that's what it's called. So I think they used it for Kinetica, Twisted Metal Black, and War of the Monsters. I think they all used the same engine, which looks pretty good. I think it works for PS2. But I never actually got to play it. I've only experienced it through other people playing it for, like, walkthroughs or videos or whatever. But I don't know. It has the same sort of cool presentation that Twisted Metal Black does. It just, I don't know. I think what Incognito really nailed with all their games was, like, the presentation. Like, you can argue about, like, the merits of the game's stories or the worlds or whatever. It might not be your cup of tea, but the presentation was always super creative, and I loved it. If I remember correctly, Pit Viper was planned as DLC for 2012, but obviously none of that ever came out. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with Pit Viper was, but, like, they just never brought her back. I can't imagine why. I guess because she came back as Grasshopper. I suppose that's the way they sort of understood that. So I'm trying to get through this level. Sorry for not being as attentive to chat. I just want to get through this fucking level. Suburbs is, like, sneaky, tricky. But the next one is Highway Loop or Downtown, so we'll give you guys a choice there. Put in your things now for what you want for the next level. Crazy to think this game is 22 years old, yet the cinematics still look good for a game of its time. 100%, dude. Yeah, I think that the 1080p upscaling helps a little bit, because on PS4 and 5 it's upscaled, but in general they do hold up. If they do another game, I hope Spectre isn't a person who wants money or fame. But that's kind of their shtick, right? Like, every version of Spectre wants money or fame. Or, like, they want, I don't know, like, I think they just have the wrong ideas of, like, what people should want when given the option for anything. Like, they always want, money or fame or, like, attention. And I think that's how I kind of reconcile that with Spectre in this game, because she wants people to, or she wants a man to love her. She wants attention, but she goes about it the wrong way. Bro, watching this guy while downloading the game for the first time. Oh, great. Yeah, enjoy it. 100%. Enjoy this game. Why am I saving? I have God mode on. Playing GT 1 and 4, and that was it for me. Seeing the microtransaction-ridden mess, that was the most recent GT game, was sad for me, though. I love GT 7. I played it, and I thought it was great, but I didn't really get that impression that it was like a microtransaction mess. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of touch. Oh, shit. Okay, I guess I did look at chat. I saw a bunch of downtowns, and I was like, all right, fuck it. D-Town it is. So I hope I got it right. War of the Monsters is a game that is great with friends, but single player is very meh. Yeah, I'll be the judge of that when I play it, but I think you're probably right. But in Twisted Metal is that way, too. Like, a lot of people are like, almost confused that people like gave a shit about the single player in this game. They're like, no, I thought it was a multiplayer only game just to play with friends. But I don't know, any sort of fighting game like that, your War of the Monsters, Twisted Metal, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, like I feel like a lot of the value for people does come from like sitting on a couch with someone and just beating their ass, just like head-to-head friend stuff versus, oh shit. Wait. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. It's like it doesn't work sometimes. Up, down, left, right. There we go. That wasn't a command. Didn't notice you put on God mode. Yeah, I hope you noticed I took it off, because now we're playing for real. I like this map more than Highway Loop, and not just because, like, it's easier. Because Highway Loop, you only get one use of the health bridge. But even if that wasn't the case, I still would prefer this one. Although, I've heard people say it's, like, too boring, like it's just like a grid system, but I don't know. For me, it adds a lot to the atmosphere of the game. Like, to know that Midtown has, like, this sort of business district with, like, these big skyscrapers and large streets and stuff, I don't know, it adds a lot of charm and world building, even though it's only implied. It's just like, I don't know. I think it's cool. And health bridge. Forza would be a better movie idea more than GT. No, I mean, why do you feel that way? Because I don't even know, like, what the difference is functionally, or, like, narrative-wise. Like, they're both just, like, games where you're, like, a faceless driver, just picking out random cars. Like, the career modes are effectively the same. You just progress through, like, a series of ever-increasing, like, cool cars. And that's it. I didn't know there was, like, a story in Forza. Maybe Horizon. The Horizon series, for sure. I would agree with you there. Yeah, that sitting on the couch and doing some friendly trash talk with your friends type of game is something that is rare in modern gaming. I miss it. I do too, man. I do too. And one of them that I never hear talked about, because, like, football video games are kind of dominated by Madden at the moment, because that's the only one that's allowed to have the NFL license. But I like what, I think it was Midway. I think it was Midway's games. They did the Blitz series. And so at first it was at NFL Blitz. And then, they lost the license to NFL, as did everyone else who wasn't EA. And so they did the Blitz the League instead. And I thought those games were fucking excellent. Like, I remember on multiple occasions, like, with my friends, like, we would all night just playing that game. Like, we would be, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of us, and we'd just keep, like, changing the controller. Like, okay, if you lose, you give it to the next person, so you get to keep playing if you kept winning. And, man, it was I remember those being, like, some of the most fun times playing video games I've ever had, was Blitz the League. And it's hard to have those moments now, because, I don't know, to be in the same room as someone that you're playing games with is just rare, let alone a game that, like, wants you to do that. Because I think it makes it much more intense, much more fun, than just over, like, a headset and mic and all that. But that's what dominates the series. And the conspiracy theorist to me says, like, oh, the gaming companies, they want it to be that way because now you have to buy 2 copies of a game to play with a friend. But I don't know. I think just the modern sensibilities just always wanted that, like, to just be at home in your own room playing. I don't know. That seems much more appealing. But there are people who do get together and play games, like either Smash Bros. Tournaments everywhere you go. I mean, it's not completely dead. It's just not the mainstream. Alright, we gotta get some health. Forza Horizon kind of has a plot, at least. Yeah, it's like... I mean, it's like the thinnest plot possible, but it does technically have one. Which would be a cool... It'd be a cool movie. But, I mean, like, Need for Speed has a more of a plot than Horizon, and their movie fucking sucked, so... I don't know. Maybe everything doesn't need to be a movie. But PlayStation seems to think it does. I can't wait until the next year for the new NCAA game. I didn't know they're making a new one. That's interesting. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I never cared much for them. Well, I don't want to say I didn't care for them. I just never tried them. I'm more in the NFL than I am, like, college football, but I heard the games are great. Okay, if I'm smart about this, I can take out Outlaw. Fave era in gaming. It's hard to say, I have a channel, like, surrounding an era in gaming that was, like, PS1, PS2. But it'd be hard to say that's my favorite because, like, Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Fallout 4, like, those are 3 of my favorite games, and those were on, the 360 and Xbox One era. So if I had to only pick one, and I had to avoid those if I chose PS2 era, I don't know. That's a really good question. Hi there, Des. I'm here now. Link in Discord or anything? Oh, hey, Zayman. How you doing? Yeah, thanks for stopping by. No, I'm bad at this, so I didn't link in Discord or anything. I just kind of went live. I put a community post up on YouTube but maybe that's being a little insensitive to people who maybe don't exclusively follow me on YouTube. So my answer to that is no link because I suck. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I miss the more arcade-type sports games like NBA Street, etc. I never got to play them in their heyday, but they look so cool. Oh, they were so cool. Like, NFL Blitz was, like, one of the coolest fucking games. I mean, I played it, like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, so, like, it really worked for me, like, the sort of gritty, like, cartoony, like, you know, all the cheerleaders are the way they are, and there's, like, you can drug up your players and, like, destroy their bodies, like, you can, like, break someone's spine playing the game, like, that really appeals to a 12-year-old. Like, just that sort of, like, visceral, like, violence you can do, like, while playing football, it really appealed to me. But yeah, I miss those types of games, too. Thought it was old EA. That was old EA. I loved NFL Street, NBA Street. NBA Street, I remember being pretty good. NBA Street had a game, fuck, I forget what it's called. It was, shit. Wasn't doing that bad that time, though. It was like Rags to Riches or something like that. Or had a mode called that. I don't know. I remember enjoying that game a lot. Waffle House. Thank you. Axel's house is the Waffle House. We all know that. Nope, they were, but they didn't have names, I think. Or weren't Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in NCAA games from where they went to college, where they play college football? Or am I making that up? Yeah, that's a question I'll defer to Mr. Vix, who seems pretty confident in his answer. Yeah, I think it's weird, like the college football games up until now, I think they couldn't use like the name or likeness of the players. So you had all the teams and stuff, they had like numbers and all that, but they didn't have names, I don't think. And I always thought that was kind of strange. But also I didn't understand why until like much later, that like, you know, the players, I think they couldn't have made money, or they couldn't like have their name or likeness like used for anything up until like recently with the NIL deals and stuff. 50 Cent Rags to Riches, no. No, it was NBA Street or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but I remember really enjoying that game, even though I'm not a big basketball fan. I still remember like really digging it. All the EA Sports big PS2 games were so much fun. Yeah, like SSX and what was the other ones? Boy, I can't remember. SSX, I remember being like the main one that I played. Like I played the shit out of that game. Okay, I saw some health on the bridge. Let's go get it. Let's get it. I'm doing much better on this. Was it Def Jam? It might have been Def Jam, dude. You might be right. But it was a basketball game. Def Jam was like a fighting game. Midnight Club 3, Def Jam Fight for the New York, Tekken 5 are some of my fave games ever since hence why I would say PS2 is my favorite era, though I understand why a lot of people would say PS3, Xbox 360. Yeah, I think a big part of it does come down to like when you played games the most. Like I think there's a period in most gamers' lives, I suppose, you know, where they're like maybe 10 to 17 years old, let's say, where they just like they're old enough that they can appreciate a game for like what it is in more ways than just like colorful stuff going on and whatever. Like you can really, you know, appreciate a game, and you have the time to play games. So like those two elements combined, I think it's only really true for that period of time. So whatever games you played in that period is probably going to be your favorite period. So for people who grew up in like the 80s and stuff, obviously they're going to, you know, like those games. And then people who grew up, I'm going to fuck you guys up. Ah, damn it. So it seems easy when other people do it, like Winters, because like they're good. But like it's hard to play this game and talk at the same time, man. It's tough. But anyway, like for me, like that period of my life was 360 and PS3 for the most part. So your games like Fallout 3 or like Far Cry 3, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, like I experienced those games at that time in my life. So that's why I would probably put that in the... Yeah, Xbox 360 changed the gaming scope in terms of online play, 100%. Because Halo 3 and Call of Duty, like in 2007, like that changed everything with online gaming. And really gaming in general, because it's never really turned back from that point. Okay, now here's the hardest part of the game. At least for me. Although, Warhawk might take that too. We'll see how it goes. True Crime NYC is one of my favorite old games. I think I bought that when I was like really young and did not understand it one bit. Like, it made no sense to me. I started playing games around the Nintendo. Well, which Nintendo? The Wii, the Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube. There's a lot of Nintendos out there. That's true. I feel like Team Fortress 2 is a time capsule of mid-2000s gaming. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I never got to play it too much because I played it pretty late, like 2014 or so is when I really got into it. And by really got into it, I mean I played it for like a week. And so I don't think I really understood like the real like enjoyment of that game. Because I think at that time it wasn't like the gameplay, it was more just about like collecting like fucking hats or whatever. I don't know. The fact that N64 GoldenEye is on the Xbox Game Pass is crazy to me, isn't it? It just came out on there too, right? It's like HD remake or something, and it like fucking sucks. I don't know. I didn't check it out too much because Perfect Dark's been all on Xbox stuff for a while, so like I guess I wasn't too like taken aback by a rare shooter being like, because they came out at the same time, I think. So I don't know. Maybe it is more shocking than I think it is. What consoles I need to buy to play these games, or some on PC? It depends which one you want to play. I think if you want to play on a console, the best one to get would be the PS3. Especially one that can play PS2 games. But even if you get one that can't play PS2, the PS3 is capable of playing Twisted Metal 1, 2, 3, 4, Small Brawl, Black, and 2012. So you can play every single one except for Twisted Metal Head-On, which is only available on PSP and PS2. But if you have a PS3 that can play PS2, then obviously Head-On would be an option there. But if you want to play on original hardware, then PS1 has the most options, PS2 has 2, and PS3 only has the one native game on there. PS4 does give you access to Twisted Metal Black, upscaled to 1080p, and trophy support, so that's, in my opinion, the definitive way to play. But I hope that answers your question. I love Turok. Still remember the axe thing, killing the lizard soldier. That sounds like gibberish to me, dude. I never played Turok. Fallout New Vegas is so great. It's the only game that I don't care that it regularly crashes my computer with its spaghetti code. Oh yeah, and I never got to experience that. Yeah, like New Vegas gets a bad rap for being unstable, but I literally can't play Fallout 4 on Xbox. It crashes every time I enter Boston without fail. Okay, I thought you were saying something else, but I never had the problems with like Bethesda games that I think PC players did, because I always played on console, so like I never had to worry about my game shitting itself, because I don't know, it just was relatively stable on those consoles. Although Fallout 4 and Xbox, like I don't know, my experience was always very great. Oh god, I got his shield down with 1 life, and I'm like not even paying attention, so like I'm actually like super like shocked with myself. Alright, that shield put in some fucking work there, great. If there was a game that you could remake right now that hasn't been announced yet, which would it be? I mean, I guess I'm biased. It would be a Twisted Metal game, most likely. Because every other game has already been remade. Okay, I'm going to be quiet for the cutscene.
In the nut house, I was always drugged up. I never thought about what happened to me, but now that I was out, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was a boxer. You never heard of me. I was strictly small time. One night, I went up against this hotshot fighter from out of state. I never even saw him coming. I got tore to pieces before the end of the first round. My jaw was shattered. My nose was broke. I was a mess. And some of the guys from the gym said they knew this surgeon who could fix me up, good as new. Maybe there were better doctors in town, but none that I could afford. Besides, I'd heard this guy was a big fan of the fights. Too bad old Doc made the mistake of betting on me that night.
$20,000, McCutcheon. $20,000 I lost on you tonight.
As I went under, all I could hear was the scraping sound of the Doc's blade and this blaring opera music he played while he worked. When I woke up, my face felt like it had gone 15 rounds with a semi-truck. The Doc did a good job. I'll give him that. From what I hear, I went a little crazy. They say I busted up the hospital trying to find the guy. In the process, I tore up 6 innocent people. But now that I'm out, there ain't no place for the doc to hide.
Hooray. Yeah, I think every game from that, like the PS3, Xbox 360 era that I would want remade, I feel like it's either been remade or like I'm not that excited for one if one came out. Like Fallout 3 in New Vegas, like would it be cool if they made that with like a modern engine or something, like the new, not Creation Engine, whatever the new one's called, using for Starfield. Yeah, that would be cool, but I don't know. The uncensored version of this cutscene is pretty brutal. Gotta love the evildoer. Listens to a lot of opera music trope, yeah. What if it was started with this game? I mean, it's old enough. Who knows? Oh, all villains listen to opera. Man, I think this game is great, but it like wears down my soul. I am now an hour and 15 minutes into this stream, and my brain has become absolute mush. I shouldn't say game, but one of my favorite current series is Yakuza. It plays like a game from 10 to 20 years ago. I played Yakuza for the first time last year. I played Yakuza 0 when it was put on Game Pass, and it's fucking excellent, man. Like it just drips charm. It's so much fun. It's so cool. Like I think you saying it's like a 10 to 20-year-old game. That's I think a good thing about it. Like it doesn't care if it's not like a dramatic, thought-provoking, like amazing thing. Like it just wants to be fun. And I really think more games could benefit from that mentality of just like, no, we're just going to have fun and be charming and enjoy ourselves. Man, I love that. It could pull. That's a great one. So I think Yakuza 0 is like a remake. No, not 0. It was Kiwami, which I think is a remake of the first one. No. Would be cool to fight in World War III in a 4K remaster of Modern Warfare 3. I would play that. I think... the Call of Duty campaigns have kind of like sucked for the most part until the Modern Warfare 2019 came out, and then I was like, okay, I'm back into it. These games fucking rule. And so I think if more Call of Duty games could like be that style with that engine, like that buttery smooth like gunplay, and it feels more, I don't know, thoughtful than they were in the past, instead of being like, I don't know, basically like U.S. military propaganda or whatever. Like, I don't know. I would play that definitely. Dante's Inferno would be a cool remake. That's a great pull, too. I never got to play it, but I remember at the time it came out, people were like, oh, this is like the new God of War. Yakuza Kiwami is honestly the hardest game in the series. I didn't get through it, so maybe I didn't get to the hard part, but like, from what I did experience with, I died twice already, dude. We're not even on the fucking prison yet, man. Crap. This is not going well. 7 opponents. This is gonna be a fucking nightmare. Yeah, we're almost there. As soon as we dock, I'm going to just jump down. Come on, there we go. Would be cool, but won't happen. Too much nudity and straight-up sexual content. Modern entertainment. We leave an adults-only rating. Wait, I gotta go up. Dante's Inferno. Did it have that? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I feel like games are both more mature than they've ever been, and more accepting of like those sort of really gnarly ideas. But also, yeah, in a lot of ways, they feel more prudish about it. Like, I don't know, some of the shit that happens in this game, I would be like, nah, there was no way this would come out in modern day. But then there's also games that come out recently, like, I don't know, I get, it's hard to say. I'm trying to think. I mean, like, Call of Duty, like, I think has some, like, pretty grotesque scenes that happen that I don't think you could get away with in the past. I don't know, it's hard to say. Also, my brain is, like, absolute fucking mashed potatoes right now. The only game I would want to see remade is Legend of Dragoon. I love games that want to be fun and tell a decent story. That's all they got to do. Like, not every game has to be like a fucking Last of Us 2, like, epic, you know? They can just be fun. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, like, not every game has to be that. But they seem to think it does. So I like a game that's just like, no, we know what we are. We're just fun. I'd be interested in seeing Twisted Metal get the MK11 treatment where different versions of chapters could face each other. I'm going to assume he meant characters. But yeah, I think that'd be great because like Twisted Metal is right for that sort of like interaction between characters. Because throughout the series, you have like different versions of Spectre, Sweet Tooth, Warthog, and stuff, like different drivers and characters. And so I don't know, that makes too much damn sense to me. God, it's such a bad run. Why am I wasting everything? There we go. Once again, a fucking useless power missile. What's new? What's new in the world of Twisted Metal Black? The zombie DLC for Red Dead Redemption is my favorite DLC. Yeah, more shit like that, man. Like, where they just don't give a fuck. Like, oh yeah, this really like mature, awesome game, like well written, well produced game. What if it was like turned on its head, made into like a really silly zombie premise? Brilliant. I need health pad. Fuck. Weird Al Yankovic recently added color to his music videos. Now I can't watch him anymore. Sometimes like redoing something makes me not like it as much. It depends, because with games like what was it? Fuck, it was Shadow of the Colossus, I think. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I smacked the mic. I apologize for your ears. Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus, I think there was like an artistic choice with the fog that appears in that game. And then when they remade it, it almost, because, the PS2 had like limitations and stuff, so like maybe the fog was a part of that. But regardless, it still added to the thematic and artistic intention of the game. And when they made it to the PS4, they took away that fog because now you have the rendering horsepower of the modern consoles. And it kind of took away a bit of the vibe of the game, like by removing that fog. And so I think, like I said with the Weird Al Yankovic adding colors, like it not having color is not a fault. Like that adds to it, especially when we have like an idea of experiencing it for so long. To make any like drastic change like that like really affects the way we experience it. I feel like a lot of modern AAA games try too much for quantity of content, bigger maps, more quests, more gear, etc. But I prefer smaller, more focused games with less but more quality content. I mean, I agree with you, but also, like, there's a lot of games that come out that I'm like, they feel devoid of content. Like, they didn't add more stuff. I mean, in general, you want your games to be, not as wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle. No one really wants that. We don't want, like, in my opinion, like The Division or really any Ubisoft game that comes out. It feels that way to me, where it's like, you give me, like, a checklist of 1,000 things to do, but none of them feel, like, satisfying or, like, meaningful. You don't want a game like that. But I feel like Halo Infinite, Modern Warfare 2, or what's another game that came out recently that has like no content? Where like it comes out and you're like, oh, it's supposed to be like the new generation of this thing, and then it's like really empty. I wish there was more fighting games that didn't use anime aesthetics. Twisted Metal Black setting for a PvP fighter would be amazing. I mean, I think you'd have to. You're really arguing with, an audience of people who just are obsessed with anime. Like, I think that it's gotten so big, anime, and it's such an appealing and like accessible art style that, like, I don't know, if you're a company investing, tens of millions of dollars into a game, like, I don't know, you're given that choice. I think a lot of people would take the anime art style. But I agree with you. I don't like it. But I think that's why we're seeing so many of them. Fun fact, playing the Domino's minigame on it was how... Oh, okay. That's a reply. Ubisoft is the most guilty of having big, empty games. Yeah, they just found a formula that worked. Like, I think with Far Cry 4, I think is where it really started. I think a lot of people are, like, having those opinions that, like, Far Cry 3, like, really is what made... Shit. Is what made Ubisoft so bad. Because they took that formula of, like, you have a really cool open world, and then you ruin it by just having a bunch of like nothing inside. But that had bits of story that were like really interesting and engaging. But I don't think other Ubisoft games have that. Sorry, I'm really trying to focus on not dying. Oh my god. So Des, are we going to play together again? Yeah, I don't see why not. It's just a matter of organizing the time for it, because now I have the podcast with that guy that does things. If anyone's interested in watching that, it's typically Saturday nights around 8:30 to midnight or so, Pacific Standard Time, where we just talk about whatever, whatever's on our mind that day. So with that podcast, I can't really find time to stream on my own, let alone to have the co-streams that we did, Zaman. But I'll try to find some time to do it. you know, this stream that came up together today was because I didn't stream last night with the podcast, and I got a new capture card that I'm like pretty excited about, so I wanted to try it out. We need more pirate games. Yeah, I think that's like the one Assassin's Creed games that really like appealed to a lot of people that maybe didn't care for the other games, was the pirate one, the Black Flag. Also, fuck, this is hard, man. Like, I have no lives, barely any health, and 6 opponents. This is gonna affect man. It's, oof. Tough shit. Tough shit, man. Alright, we're going to the health bridge. We're going to the health bridge. I can't afford to be up here. Wasn't TMB the first game to have level interaction that COD Ghost claimed to have first? I mean, I don't know. I'm not like a video game historian or anything, but this game does have a level of like interactivity that I think other Twisted Metal games perhaps didn't have. Maybe Twisted Metal 2's Antarctica felt like it had a level of like, I don't know, dynamicism that other games didn't have. And that was like 1996, let alone 2001 for this game. Oh geez, I just realized it's midnight here. I gotta go to bed. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. Good night, everyone. Well, thanks for stopping by, Lively Paradox. I appreciate that. I hope you can catch another one, but otherwise, enjoy yourself. Get some rest. You know, it's late. I apologize for like streaming so late, but like for my time, it's 9 p.m., which is not like early by any stretch, but like it's certainly not midnight. Also, like I plan for these to like not be that long, like to not be streaming for like 3 hours straight, but I'm just so bad at the game that I end up playing for forever. So I apologize. So how about more MMORPG games? They're not my cup of tea, but I definitely see the appeal. Like, I'm realizing more and more that I like games that have, like, a finality to them. Like, there's eventually a conclusion to it. Because I feel, like, to me, that finality gives the game weight. It gives it meaning. You know, that you feel like you've done something in the end. And those MMORPGs, they feel like, I don't know, they feel like they always go on forever. Like, you're never done. And so when there's no, like, punctuation, you know, it just feels like you're just sort of... It feels like you're like a hamster on a wheel. At least in my opinion. Would be awesome if they added customized levels into a new Twisted Metal game. Yeah, I think if you're going to have a new Twisted Metal game, there's got to be some element of customization, whether it's the vehicles or like a map editor or something. Because I think that's how you give games longevity. I mean, look at Fortnite right now, man. Like, I think Fortnite... It'd be popular no matter what, but I think what's giving it like a new like breath of life is the fact that like there's the whole I forget what it's called, but you can like create your own game types and like scripting and maps and all this crazy shit. Like it turns into a playground. And you look at like Halo 3 with its Forge mode was like I guess a pretty early version of that sort of idea, but I think the custom games in that game gave it a lot of extra life. I don't know. I think when you have multiplayer games, it really helps to have like a sort of user-generated component to it. I'm in the middle of studying law stuff. YouTube distracts me, though. I don't mind, though sometimes I need a break. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm happy for you studying a law like that. Yeah, hope that's going well. You know, there was a point in my life where I thought I wanted to study and be a lawyer, some sort of attorney, but I don't know. Just didn't come out that way. Although I suppose it's not too late. I don't know. I'm only 25. We'll see. We'll see where that takes me. Yellow jacket out. Reticle is a good vehicle, good weapon to have here. I'm such a big single-player, story-driven game in general. Oh yeah, I think that's what drives me towards like the single-player RPGs, like a Fallout or Elder Scrolls. Even though those games are huge and expansive, like eventually you do complete them. Eventually you do. Well, I guess also with those games, like, even though the overall game goes on for what seems like forever, each, like, little story in the game feels like its own little game itself. Like, they're little horror, you know, sci-fi, medieval, fantasy, like, short stories that have a beginning, middle, and end that are very interesting. Whereas, like, the ones in MMORPGs, like, the stories don't ever really grab me. It always feels like some sort of, like, I don't know, fetch quest. Like, they always feel very shallow. Being an MMO player myself, the hamster and wheel problem feels more like the issue with the grind and paywalls and the overall length of the game. Yeah, I guess that's what I mean, is like, the length of the game isn't necessarily the problem, but if the entire, like, duration of the game, you just feel like you're not accomplishing anything. You're just, you know, you're a hamster in a wheel. I think that's where maybe the problems come from. Because like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, like, you know, you can spend just as much time in those games as you do in like World of Warcraft, but it never feels like a grind, at least in my opinion. Fuck, I gotta get some health, man. The Little Sweet 2 third-person Asylum escape level has more gore in it than most Grand Theft Autos. I mean, does it? Because I only remember like one piece of gore in that third-person Asylum escape level, where you go into the little like control room, and there's like the president of Sony, I think, is in there, and you can like smash him. And I think and he like turns into a bunch of like meat chunks or whatever. Like that to me feels like the most gore that happens in that game. But also, there isn't a lot of gore in Grand Theft Auto, so you might be right. Because I can't remember any, like, instance of, like, actual gore in those games. Dude, Outlaw, why are you not even hurt, man? I got 2 enemies here that have, like, no health removed. You just killed Taco Darkside with a burrito to the face. Yeah. Yeah, basically, right? Alright, here's what's gonna happen. Ah, damn it. Alright, that was 2 tries. Third time is going God mode. We gotta get through this sometime. I don't know if you've already made a video on it already, but I wouldn't mind a tier list or a ranking of each vehicle for this game or other Twisted Metal games. I actually am trying to work on something like that, but I don't have, you know, as much time as I would like to work on videos, you know, just with other things going on. Like, I don't get paid for these or anything, you know, so, you know, when there's other things that are more important, it's really easy to put these aside. So with what time I do have to spend on videos, I tend to work on ones that are like me playing a game and it's like commentary, or I do like the Mr. Grimm or Preacher video where it's just like a character analysis or whatever, stuff like that. But I would like to do a tier list pretty soon, definitely. But there's one, I think it's a Fadio Peel, I hope I pronounced that right, where they did a series on their channel where they do a tier list for every vehicle, and I really enjoy theirs. They seem to be coming from a place that's pretty well informed. But if I do make one, I would like to make it something like that. Definitely. Killing the guards made them explode into little body bits. Is there guards? I don't remember there being guards in that, but I could be wrong. I think in the I guess not the one that's in Twist Metal Lost, I suppose. The version that's like the beta or something that was like unreleased, I think that does have guards. Yeah, I think you're right. I play a lesser-known MMO that is free to play, so the pay-to-win stuff is abundant, and is another example of why it is hard for some to get into or back into an MMO. Because, I don't know, it just feels like... They feel like mobile games that, like, try a little harder, I guess is how I tend to look at them. Which is not fair, because like, I know there's, like, a lot of talented people that work on those games, but I don't know, it's just hard to separate that idea in my mind. If you want a gore version of GTA, play Mafia. Does Mafia have gore? I'm trying to think. Like, I played Mafia 1 and 2. I haven't played 3 yet. Like, I feel like if you want to play a gross version of GTA, I think Manhunt might be good too. So death was suspended to happen. I think I might be missing something. One game from SNES was Battle Cars. It's a pretty cool game. Each character pages of each character was pretty neat lore. I'll have to check that out. That's surprising, like SNES. Damn, it's pretty impressive to have a battle, like a car combat game. Can we dock yet so I can go kill these fucking people? My god. There we go. Damn, half his health with that damn reticle, man. Those reticles kick ass. Is Backfield Asylum like Smith's Grove from Halloween? That's a reference I don't get. Probably. Probably right. Also, a ranking of the easiest to hardest Twisted Metal games will be another good one. That would be a good one. Because I think the difficulty is an interesting conversation, because if you're good at every game, like you're, I guess, good enough to play through every game, the hardest one would probably be Twisted Metal 2 or Black. But I think if you're someone trying to learn how to play the games, I think Twisted Metal 2 is easily much harder, because the physics are a little more wonky, the controls are a little less, I guess, good, like sharp or responsive, and so I think it makes it harder from that perspective. Mafia is a bit more of a series franchise for sure. Kane and Lynch is on the more brutal side. I never played Kane and Lynch. I feel like I should, because I think there's like a reference to Twisted Metal in Kane and Lynch, or I might be thinking of Payday, I don't know. Like those two feel like interchangeable games to me, even though like I'm pretty certain they're like way different. So we play games with that guy for SCP game, please. I mean, I think the next podcast we do will probably be playing with that guy on something. I think we decided on like fucking Minecraft or something. We'll see, because it has to be something that's like cross compatible with PC and Xbox, and something that like makes sense for like 2 people to play. So that could be an option for sure. But I don't have PC. That's the problem. I can't play PC games. I have a Mac, like a fucking scrub. Alright, I'm going to turn off God mode before I get to the next level. There we go. Perfect. Smith's Grove was the asylum Michael went to and grew up in a criminally insane patient. I'm sure there was some inspiration there for sure. The Blackfield Asylum. Because I know like a lot of horror movies were used for this game. Someone already asked me to do Snowy Roads, so I think that's the best way to go. And then I'll try to come back and do drive-in movie after we're done. I wish the Mafia games were more open world and had more things you can freely do. That was my biggest complaint too, is like I love the narrative of that game, and like it had a lot of stuff in the game that made it really immersive and cool to like want to explore the world in. But at the same time, like I don't know, it did feel kind of empty. Damn, I fucking almost took out all of Spectre's health, shit. Okay, I have a free environmental from the God mode, so let's utilize that. Okay, I think this gas station can be exploded for a free environmental. Okay, and everyone's over there. This is perfect. This is perfect. So can I play with you guys in Minecraft, please? That's a question for that guy, because he's going to be the one hosting everything. Like, it'll be on his channel for the stream and all that, but I don't see a problem with it. But, you know, we'll see what he says. Because, you know, if that's the case, I would like to open it up to, like, a lot of other viewers, too. That's something they wanted to join in on, make, like, a that guy, Decidue, Button Mashers, like, Minecraft server. That would be fun. Also, I, like, suck at Minecraft, so... I don't know. I suck at most games, you might have realized by now, which is like kind of like an unfortunate reality for me, as I want to be a gaming content creator, and I just suck at so many of them. But I think it makes me endearing. It makes me relatable. It's snowing on the game. Yeah. This for a long time was my favorite map, just for the atmosphere alone. And the game knows that too, because this is the only map I can think of where there is no like battle track. Like, every single song on this track, the only song that plays on this level is, like, an ambient, like, really pensive, like, slow track. Where every other map has, like, a combat track, an ambient track, and, like, a final enemy track that plays. And this one, I don't know, it felt very different. Like, it's the only map that's, like, primarily white, where every other map is, like, you know, dark and brooding and moody. So, I don't know, this one always felt unique to me. I always chose it, not only because of that, it's also, like, way easier than playing Drive-In Movie. Drive-In's just a fucking slog, man. Snowy Roads is my favorite level in this game, if for no other reason than the white snow is a nice change. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're definitely on it there. Come on, come on, come on. I'm trying to use all my weapons before I fucking die here. Dang. I love playing the Godfather games, but the problem with the first one is once you 100% the game, that's when they reward you with unlimited ammo. That sucks, man. Because I feel like, I could be wrong here, but like the Jak and Daxter games, which I love, I think someone mentioned earlier with like, the game they want to see remade. I agree with that. I think it should be remade. But I remember like the infinite ammo for that game, like the cheat for that game, you gotta like after you beat it. So it's like, I don't know, like after you like have past the point where you need like a reason to have unlimited ammo, that's when it gives it to you. I don't know, like those story-based games, it's like once you play the game, like you're done with it. You don't want to just mess around in like an empty sandbox. It's not GTA, but it's like a lot of emergent elements that come out of like causing chaos. Like they're just not equipped to like deal with that. Does the lightning strike on this level hurt your health? It does, but I was shielding when I did it, so that's probably why it didn't hurt me that time. Also, I don't want to fucking game over yet. Okay, alright. If I'm careful, I can get on the bridge. Hooray! Okay, I can probably get Sweet Tooth if I'm careful. Damn it. Got too far away. Fire missile. Bah, got him. Fucking out of here, dude. Too easy. GG easy. Yeah, I picked Snowy Roads because of the ease of streaming. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, you definitely helped me out there because I want to get better at this game because I do think it makes for better content. You know, if I can get through this game like quickly, or any game quickly, like, you know. But I also think like the value of my content doesn't necessarily come from like how good I am at the games. I think a lot of it does come from just, I hope, you know, me, you know, the way that I am. And part of that is just me being bad at games. That's just the reality of my character. Which is not good. Halo Master Chief Collection, not new, but got it on sale for like 20 bucks. That's a great deal, but I think Game Pass is an even better deal, right? Like, you get that game plus multiple others for 15 bucks. No falling off the ledges. Oh, I will absolutely fall off the edge. Okay, I'm not going to drive off the edge. Not intentionally, at least. There's a health down here. There we go. Have you played Rage? I have played Rage. I played it when it came out, and I loved Rage at first because it felt to me the way Borderlands was supposed to feel. Because, like, the first trailer for Borderlands, if anyone remember when it came out, like, the first trailer for Borderlands was not at all what the game was like. And so when I played Rage, I was like, okay, yes, this is the trailer I wanted out of Borderlands. But I did enjoy it. I didn't play Rage 2, though. That's one I still have to get on. Okay, we're in trouble here. I could probably get Outlaw. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to run over the driver. There's a little bit of health to be had there. Oh, God. Oh, no. That was a bad idea. Horrible idea. God damn. GTA 4 also gives you pretty much unlimited ammo after you 100% the game. Though, personally, I find it pointless. Cause, I mean, it kind of is, right? Because you have nothing left to, like, progress through. But at least with GTA, like, there is some fun with just screwing around. You know, because of all, like, the way the world reacts to it with the police and the pedestrians and, you know, ambulances show up. And, like, there's a lot of, like, things that happen that the game doesn't, like, you know, have a story for. It's just, like, emergent gameplay. And, I don't know. So I think GTA makes more sense for that sort of cheat than, like, Jak and Daxter or The Godfather and stuff like that. Borderlands 2 tried too hard to be funny for me. I think at the time it worked for me when I was like, I would have been 15 years old when the game came out, so like it was fucking perfect for a 15-year-old. But when I went back to play it recently, I did it like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, it did feel kind of like, alright, come on guys, like, not everything has to be a joke, because, I don't know, like, it seems like a lot of setups for jokes, but no punchline. Like, they just like say something random and like assume that that's funny, and it's like, no, it's not a joke. That's just something stupid. Their asteroid in Rage is a real asteroid coming to Earth in 2029. I don't know if that's necessarily true. It could be. Because I don't know how you predict... Oh my god! Jacket just fucking came out of nowhere, man. Damn WWE wrestler. Off the top rope, dropping elbows. I finally got a copy of Twisted Metal 1. Any recommendations for characters to use first? I'm far from the expert on Twisted Metal 1. But if I had to say what the easiest one to start with, I guess Warthog is the one I went to. It made the most sense for me, simply because they have the most armor, or at least you know, up there with the most armor, and that's the only way to really play those games, in my opinion, is to just load up on armor. Doesn't matter how slow you are, and just hope you can turtle your way through the game. I am the conductor of the poop train is always going to be my favorite thing about Borderlands 2. It had its moments. Like, it certainly did. Like, the Diamond Butt Pony, like, say what you want. I laughed at it. Ah, son of a bitch. He got the damn health. Dude, how did they get down there? Like, that's insane. Alright, I'm going to finish off Spectre here. I think I can do it. Do you use Elgato to record your gameplay? No, I don't. I used, up until today, I used, like, some... I don't even know what brand it is. It's like a really cheap, dumb capture card. And then just today I got the EVGA XR1 Lite, I think is what it's called. You know, so it's supposed to be like the sort of middle ground between like your fancy Elgatos and then that cheap knockoff one that I had. And it seems to be working pretty well. I think it's handling this game admirably. But no Elgato for this old bear. I don't consider myself on a level high enough to like justify spending like $300 on a capture card. But I know eventually, when I do get one, I'll consider that the moment that I've made it as a content creator. The Elgato moment. Borderlands 2's sense of humor is stuff like Shooty McShootface and Butt Stallion, but it's not bad, but wears thin after a whole game of stuff like that, and on repeated playthroughs, in my opinion. You nailed it. You nailed it 100%. I think, well, one, if you're like a younger, you know, sort of person that enjoys that sort of humor, you know, like farts and dick jokes and stuff, which at a certain point everyone does, but especially so when you're a teenager. But yeah, after well, because comedy in general does, like, there's diminishing returns. Like, you can't keep telling the same joke over and over again and expect, you know, the same reaction. Shit, I was trying to get to the health bridge. Fuck. I can't dare to beat this level. I think I know what you're talking about. It's my special hidey hole. Because if you use the lightning attack, I think that's, like, the best option for doing, like, I don't know, a great deal of damage quickly. And so go to my hidey hole, you shield, and then you use up the environmental. But damn, they're like ganging up like crazy, dude. Holy crap. I love the whole Borderlands games, every single one. I think they're great games. Like, I think the quality and the value of those games is more about the looter shooter stuff than it is like the comedy and even the lore, like the world and like the stories and stuff. I think, you know, on a spreadsheet are not bad. Like, I think it's a well-built world. It's just that all the humor and stuff that they try to use to tell the story of its game, not great. Ah, you moved out of the way, you son of a bitch. No, don't drive off the edge. I can't handle this. No. It was absolutely amazing at the time. I still respect it, that it doesn't take itself seriously, but I don't know. I don't find myself wanting to replay it. I did. I played through Borderlands 3 last year, I think, and no, the year before, and I super duper enjoyed my time. Like, it is a great game, like, on a mechanical and, like, gameplay level, like, it's just great. But yeah, all the humor and stuff, it gets grating, for sure. I've been watching Bar Rescue all day today. That's a show I gotta check out, because I like those types of shows. Is there a health bridge? There is not. I'm fucking screwed, guys. This is bad. It's crazy how many Twisted games they released only on PS1. They must have made hella money on those games. Oh, they definitely did. Especially 1, 2, 3, and 4. Though, like that foursome of games, I think made probably the most money of any point in the series. I guess it's not saying much, because like that's like half the series. But there's a reason there's like 8 Twisted Metal games. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I'm not a total potato. We did it. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, guys. Let's fucking go. God damn it. This game is so hard. Oh, thanks all for being here for this, because these are some of the best moments in my gaming career, and I get to share it with 24 fantastic and supportive people. Thank you all. So, Des, you saw when we played together because how much I was talking about it? Oh, yeah. No, I definitely know that you're someone who knows way more about Borderlands than probably anyone else I've ever met, for sure. And, you know, eventually, I think just by the nature of this series being somewhat limited, like there's not a whole lot of lore and stories to tell, you know, I'm going to have to talk about other things that aren't Twisted Metal at some point, and Borderlands is one of those things. I do find myself, you know, drawn to that world a great deal, along with, you know, Fallout and Halo and so on. So you will definitely be a resource that I'd like to pull on. Because I don't want to consider myself an expert in anything, because, like, what the fuck do I know? But, like, I know a lot about Twisted Metal. I don't know a whole lot about Borderlands. But there's a lot of, like, really easily digestible parts of Borderlands that I would like to... Oh, fuck me. Damn it. Imagine me sitting here thinking I can get through a whole damn game without falling off a cliff. Not gonna happen. God damn it. Heck yeah, Crazy 8 is underrated. Yeah, no one talks about Crazy 8. Man, what a guy. I'm mad at myself. I fell off the edge, man. Crap. No, I don't want to fall off again. This map has so many, like, Snowy Roads, I thought that would be a point where I would fall off, you know. But this map, I don't know, I thought I had a chance, but there's just so many, there's too many places to fall off of. I believe I could fly. I don't believe I could fly. That's why I made that video about, like, the best places to fall off, because I'm just, like, the fucking master at it. But the important thing is, I can laugh with you guys. But secretly, I'm just like crying inside. Take me seriously, but I can't. Crazy 8 is OP and Fall Death Counter 1. Yeah, thanks. I don't think Crazy 8 is OP. Because if he were, I think I would have a much easier time. But he's definitely among the top tier of this game. I think the only OP character I would consider in this game would be Sweet Tooth. That's... Why did I... Damn it. Damn it. I remember the alien zombies from Resistance 2 called Grims. They can make a whole horror franchise off their design alone. Ooh, I gotta look into that. I think the Resistance cover, is that the skull of one of those aliens? Because, like, that's my only really frame of reference for that. I don't know. There's a lot of games that have, like, certain elements or certain designs or stories or whatever that, like, I think deserve their own, like, intellectual property. You know, one of them is the Survivalist, and I think it's Fallout New Vegas, the Honest Hearts DLC, the Survivalist, where it's like the man that lives in the cave and he's like, you know, just like, his whole story is only told through like journal entries and stuff. But I think it's brilliant. I think it would be, I don't want to try to do it justice by like explaining it, but there's a video, Oxhorn on YouTube. He has a whole video like going through the entire story. But it's like, it's upsetting, it's dark, it's a little funny sometimes. Like, it's just the story of this man who just should have given up a long time ago, but just keeps finding himself trudging along until finally, like, he does something that, you know, sort of makes it all worth it, I suppose. And I think that deserves its own story. And then I guess the Resistance, those aliens, I think, deserve their own IP too. The skull with the World War II M1 helmet is the cover for Resistance Fall of Man. No, not that one. I think it's Resistance... I want to say it's Resistance 2. Where it's like, I think it's like yellow... Oh, you son of a bitch. You're supposed to get by the Wrecking Ball. Not fair. Not fair at all. I think it's like yellow and red. It's like a red silhouette of like a skull. That's the Resistance cover I'm thinking of. I don't know which one that is, though. The Sweet Tooth Special in black is iconic, I think. Oh, definitely. It's a fucking robot with, like, a swarm of missiles. Like, no way that's not iconic. What are your thoughts on the Unrecord game? Is that the one that's the body cam game? Is that one? Because my thoughts on it are not, I guess, super complex. It's just that I think there's going to come to a point in gaming that things are... Oh, Outlaw just fucking fell off. Great. It's not just me, you guys. If Outlaw can do it, we all can do it. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. He's not perfect. Get off my case. Oh, this is my chance. This is my chance. Fall off. Yes! Haha! Fucking eat it, Darkseid. That's on stream, too. That's a great moment for me. Two people fell to their death. And they weren't me. Wasn't me at all. Anyway, Unrecord. Yeah, my thoughts are basically just, I think there's going to be a point in gaming where, like, it's going to get too realistic, and I think that, like, the mental health implications are going to be, like, I don't know, kind of too far. And I think that game is, like, the furthest step we've taken to that point. I think it could be cool, but it to me, it serves more of, like, oh, fuck you, Shadow. You ruined my playthrough, man. Darkseid and Outlaw fell, and I get to ruin that? Come on. It looks super realistic. That it's terrifying. Yeah, I definitely. You know, I don't think it's good. I mean, it looks like a fine game. Like, whoever's making it, obviously they're talented, they're skilled. You know, blah blah blah, whatever. But I don't know. I just those types of games. I think its artistic value really stems from like what it does to people's brains, like how realistic they look. But that's really all my only thoughts on it. You know, I guess it remains to be seen what impact it'll have on like the greater gaming landscape, or just like people in general. You know, like culturally. Darkseid Fall 1, Outlaw Fall 1. Oh, they ruined that. They ruined that by killing me. That would have been like the greatest run I've ever had on this level. It's like 2 other people fall. But it's fine. The void takes us all eventually. I was just hoping that the void of the kill barrier would be the one. Resistance 3 was a skull. Okay, yeah, I'm not crazy. There was a Resistance 1 with a skull. Is that one of the Grims? Is that like one of those aliens? Is that thing on the cover? Because I think that's a cool design. Although I only know over the silhouette. I don't know what it looks like in 3D space, because can only imagine with like an actual 3D model would be fucking terrifying. What? I didn't even fucking get... Come on. We can't count that. There's no way that counts. God damn it. F in the chat for Drew. Thank you. Hold F to pay respects, fellas. Good God. Like, imagine, like, I don't know, the other Twisted Metal content creators watching me play. Like, they're all, like, super talented and, like, skilled at this game. Like, they make it look effortless and easy. And then there's just me fucking shitting my pants, like, playing this game. Ridiculous. Alright, fellas. Alright. Enough. It's a home run. That thing punted me, man. Like, I thought I could just go around it, but I think the hitbox for it extends a little further than maybe I thought. And it just wrecked me. That power missile should have landed. That was bullshit. God damn, you guys. Like, we're seeing the peaks and valleys of my entire gaming career. Unrecord, you mean the real-life first-person shooter video that's 7 years old now? Is it 7 years old? I feel like you're exaggerating, but I know what you mean, though. Like, I feel like that video's been out for a while. Because, like, Unreal 5, I think, is the engine they're using for it, and I think the way it handles lighting in certain cases, like, especially with, like, the perspective that game uses, yeah, I do think it makes it look super realistic. Like, to an alarming degree. Fuck you, I was trying to get on the damn health bridge. Damn it. Turn the mic down a little. I'm getting too loud. It's fucking clipping. Death 3, Outlaw 1, Darkside 1. Oh, make that 4. I thought I could make the jump. Fuck me. We're here for the fun vibes, not the epic leak gamer footage. Alright, fine. The good vibes can remain. I just thought I could inject some sort of skill into this, but no way. Four falling deaths. In a playthrough, I was, like, pretty confident, like, I can get through this. Maybe I'll fall off once because of some fluky stuff. No, 4. My God. The video's indeed 7 years old. Is it really? That's insane. That would make it 2016. I don't remember it being that old, man. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Time flies. Time flies and I'm mad. If only this game had racing mode, man, that would have been sick. I think there's a lot of people that would disagree with you. So the Twisted Metal 2012 racing mode was like one of the worst things that happened to the franchise for a lot of people. Gears of War lore is interesting too, along with Twisted Metal Black and COD Ghost for me. Really, Ghost? That's an interesting one. Gears of War, I'm with you. I can follow you down that path of Gears of War, but COD Ghosts, I don't know about that. Thank you, Zayman, for keeping count. Yeah, it's good just to kick back and cut up. Leave the esports stuff at the door. Yeah, I don't want, I want to make content because I want to express myself, and I'm sure that's for a lot of people the same thing, but I don't want people to come follow me or watch me because they're like, oh, he's really good at this video game, because, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to be identified by, like, my skill at a video game. That's not what I want to be known for. Like me for me, not what I bring to the gaming table, Although for some people, like, Ninja Blevins or whatever, like, his whole thing is like, look how good I am at this game, and then we're willing to overlook, like, how, like, I don't want to say cringe, but cringe of a person that he is. Like, he kind of sucks. I just saw they made a Dead by Daylight type of game, but for Dragon Ball, it's 1v7 and the 7 are just regular civilians, and Frieza or Cell or Brew. I'm not gonna lie, I hate Dead by Daylight. I tried playing it, I do not like it. It's no fun to me. And maybe if they did, like, put it, like, under the cover of, like, a more likable franchise for me, like Twisted Metal, if there's, like, a Twisted Metal, like, asymmetric multiplayer game, maybe I'd like it, but Dead by Daylight, man, I can't stand that game. Would be neat if there's a capture the flag mode for this game. Funny you should say that. In Twisted Metal 2012, there was something called the nuke mode, which does have that it's capture the flag with extra steps. It's where players would be put on either team, and you'd have to capture the enemy's faction leader, their flag, and the faction leader is like an actual person. You pick them up, that you drag them behind your car, and you bring it to your base. Fuck off! No! Shit. Damn it. But you feed the faction leader into the nuke launcher, and you launch the nuke at a statue, blah blah blah, whatever. I'm mad that I've fallen off the cliff so many times. 5 times! If you can believe it. It's insane. I tried Dead by Daylight, and I sucked at it. And maybe that's my problem, too, is like, I just sucked at it. But also, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know. People love it. People love that game. And I just can't see it. I hate how, like, the pacing of the game feels really slow and sluggish. Like, I don't know, it just... I hated my time, because, like, I would hook someone on the thing, and then, like, I move so slow, they move just barely faster than me, that, like, you know, it was hard to catch up, and then I would chase after someone, and someone else will fucking, like, take him off the hook. I don't know. I don't remember much of the game. I just remember hating it. We need to build a special parachute for Crazy 8. I know, right? Fuck, man. Try to at least add a little panache to it by doing spins on the way down, but it didn't ease the pain. Still hurt. Thanks to you, Drew, I've been addicted to the Twisted Metal franchise lately, especially this game. Hard games for beginners, but I'm loving the challenge and difficulty. Well, I'm glad I can help you out with that, because, you know, I'm certainly not the... No! Okay, that can't count. They pushed me off, right? That wasn't a fall, that was a push. It was push. That was foul play. But they fell off, too, so I don't know. Evens out, I suppose. Also, really like your lore videos on Twisted Metal as well. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Those are the most fun ones for me to make, because they're completely scripted, obviously. And I feel like, you know, if me making content is about me, like, expressing myself, then, you know, a part of that is, like, you know, being able to write and then, you know, tell the story of this game the way that I see it in my head. And, you know, that's a lot of fun for me. I do like to do the gameplay videos, though, because they're much easier to make. You know, even though they're like 5 times as long. You know, they're still much easier, because I just play the game and talk. But I appreciate you saying that. Okay, push don't count. Dark side 0. I'll still count that. I'll leave that up to you if you want to count it. But, like, come on, man. I got pushed. The community in Dead by Daylight is pretty toxic, too. I've got paragraphs of 4th grade trash talk because I played the game and didn't let them win. That sucks, man. Like, it's not a ranked game. It's not a competitive multiplayer game. So, like, fuck. Like, who cares if who wins or not? It's supposed to be like a dumb fun party game. Lore videos are always fun. Yeah, thank you guys. Because I put the most effort into those videos as well, like the editing and the scripting and stuff. Like, you know, so to see you guys enjoy them really makes it worth it for sure. Cause that's where I got my start with content creation, was making those for TikTok. I made a bunch of them. That's where mostly... Fuck me! I thought I could make the jump. Thought I could. Damn it. We are 2 hours into this fucking thing. My god. Needles Cannon Dead by Daylight. That'd be a perfect, relationship to have. Because, I mean, they're adding every other, like, horror villain, so, like, why not? Okay, someone died already? Because I know there's 8 people on this map. There's 7 now. Someone died. We just started. Someone drove off the map. 7. 7 times! My god. This is the worst one yet. Friday the 13th is funny killer game anyway. What's the difference, like, honestly, between Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th? Like, what's actually the difference? And there's, like, other games. There's, like, a lot of games that are that, like, style. And I don't know. I don't get the appeal. One more we'll have 8 with Crazy 8. I don't want to give you the satisfaction, but I know without me trying, it's still going to happen. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Like, you know, when I make the gameplay videos for Twisted Metal Black with the commentary and stuff, like, I have the benefit of just editing out, like, any, like, egregiously stupid stuff that I do. But, like, on live, like, you guys get to see it in real time, like, how bad I am with this game. So, yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it while it's here. Dead by Daylight, more killers. Yeah, Dead by Daylight definitely has more people. At Friday the 13th, they just has the one, right? Just Jason. Jason's legit an overpowered force you can't exploit like you can with Dead by Daylight. Yeah, that's a conversation I'm not equipped to have, but I'll take your word for it. And Friday the 13th, you can use weapons as a survivor. Jason kills you on the spot. See, I think I like that better. The whole hook mechanic of Dead by Daylight, I really don't like it, because I feel like it's so easy to, like, get someone off of it, you know? I don't know. Those games are just not my cup of tea. I haven't played a Twisted Metal game since Twisted Metal 2, when it first came out. We used to beat the crap out of my cousin because he kept destroying us with Axel, which Spectre was my go-to. Both those vehicles are, like, the quintessential, like, broken characters. Like, Axel is so overpowered with the ram attack And then Spectre, like, obviously you can cheese the ghost missile. So, like, you guys are both, like, toxic. I'm kidding, of course, you're not toxic. I can't wait till Tuesday when I get paid so I can buy a new game. Oh, payday. It's always great. Fuck. I suck at this game. I suck so bad. Oh, what game are you gonna buy? Tell me. Tell me what's gonna enter your catalog. I feel like I'm spoiled having Xbox because, like, the way Game Pass is, like, there's just so much good shit on Game Pass, man, that you pay one flat fee, and then you just get all these amazing games, like Xbox Day 1 exclusives. And say what you want, I'm excited for Redfall. I haven't played very much. I played, like, maybe 20 minutes of it. But, like, I don't know, it looks fun. Trying to decide between a Dragon Ball game or something else. I feel like it's a broken record moment for me, but, like, you guys keep saying things, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, it's great. And then I'm like, oh, I haven't played that. I haven't seen that. But Dragon Ball Z is one of those for me. I know about it from, like, the abridged videos online on YouTube. Like, that's my main experience with that franchise. All right, Darkseid, you fucker, get over here. I have Xbox 2 and Game Pass. Like, it's such a great deal, right? Like, I don't know a better deal in gaming than the Game Pass. I think Game Pass on PC is like $10. I think it's a little bit more expensive on Xbox because you're paying for Xbox Live at the same time. So I think it's like a combo. But yeah, I think it is $10 on PC Game Pass. And maybe I would be a little less forgiving of Redfall if it wasn't on Game Pass. Like, if I had to pay $60 for it, I probably would be, like, pretty pissed at it. I can't play Redfall because my Xbox is too old. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's only on the Series consoles. And I'm fortunate enough to have, like, a Xbox Series X. I get to play it. But, I don't know. I think it was a good choice to make it on next-gen consoles only, because I think then you don't have to pull any punches. But it does alienate a big portion of the player base, for sure. Yay, Darkseid! Oh, they landed on the roof. That's fucked up. There's indeed a lot of games, and they can take a lot of time to complete. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I think if you have a Game Pass subscription and you're pretty, like, open to, like, what games you play, like, I don't know, you can't really go wrong. There we go. Darkseid fell off. Great. Takes care of that. Oh god. Oh god. Dude, Roadkill is, like, so broken. I swear. Like, he fully charges his special perfectly every time. Like, there's just no way to avoid it. I've never seen someone fall off the repair stations after triggering them. Yeah, that's the first time I saw that, too. That was pretty funny. I like that. A lot of weird stuff going on this playthrough. Maybe it's the PS4 aspect of it. I don't know. But it's, like, a lot of weird shit. Come on, health. Change to health. Thank you very much. Thank you, helicopter. What if a fourth dimension is created, something beyond gaming that we can't comprehend, but once it's invented, it's like the invention of gaming? I can't cognize what it would be. I mean, I would love to, like, be the person to, like, conceptualize that idea, but I don't know. It's like trying to invent a new color. You know, it's like we don't know what we don't know. You know, like, our entire world is, like, sculpted around, like, what our brain already knows and perceives. So to add, like, you know, a new dimension of, like, you know, senses or gaming or understanding, like, I don't know, that's well beyond anything I could possibly, like, think of. But yeah, I mean, what if, man? I am cheating, yes, that is true. But I've given up. My soul has been crushed. I think mission accomplished. Darkseid 3, Death 7, Outlaw 1, and Random 1. Yeah, the Random 1, I have to go back and check out the footage, man, because I'm really curious who that was. Darkseid is a bully on this map. Darkseid on this map, like, I tend to not try to hit them because I know that at some point they're going to fall off on their own. Uruguayo 23, thank you for stopping by. Wave to you as well. The content creator curse strikes again, a glitch I've never seen. Yeah, what is it about, like, being on camera? Like, the game gets, like, maybe camera shy or something, so it starts to, like, glitch out and fuck up. Like, I don't know. We never asked the game how it feels about being on camera. You know, it's a unconsenting party to this recording. Yeah, gaming probably started off like chess and then slowly more advanced than online and maybe toy figurines, etc. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I think if there's going to be any sort of, like, major revolution in gaming or interactive media, or just any sort of, like, movie, games, music, books, whatever, it's going to happen slowly over time. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be something that just, like, appears, you know, one day. Yeah, there's obviously going to be, like, big breakthroughs and stuff. Like, VR, I think, is doing that, where, like, the immersion with VR is, like, well beyond anything that's ever happened. You know, but I think it's in its infancy right now. Alright, God mode off. Let's do this for real. Did this game get any flack for using the skinhead gang tattoo on John Doe? I don't think it did, because I think they removed that for the final game. Because I think the, like, his tattoo said, like, one race, one world or something, or one race, one country, I don't know, something like that. But they removed that for the final game. There's only, like, a vaguely... like it's like a symbol on his arm that, like, doesn't say anything. It's not a real symbol that's used by any organization as far as I know. But it's not explicit, I guess. It's only implied. Damn it. He always blows up my tankers when I don't need them to. You can barely see the gang tattoos on John. I think one of the cutscenes still has the original version, but, like, it's, like, blurred or, like, just off screen or something. But the one that you can see up close, because, like, he says, like, all I remember is these tattoos or whatever. And it doesn't have, like, the explicit, like, you know, white supremacy messaging, which is a good thing. That's a good call. I think leaving it, you know, vague is a good choice, because, like, gamers will figure it out. What I didn't like was that in Outlaw's cutscene, they completely removed, you know, the aspect of it that he's, like, you know, has these flashbacks to, like, his past, or, like, racists, like, I think killed his parents and burned down his home, or something along those lines. And they removed that entirely. And I think that would have made his motivations much more believable than they appear in the game. Because in the game, it's like, oh, I'm a cop and I'm mad at bad people. But I don't know. I maybe it was Sony, like, trying to censor the game to make it more appealing. Maybe the M rating was at risk, like they were going to get, like, the AO or something, and so they just decided to just remove all the, like, most egregious stuff. Like, even, like, cutscenes like Spectre's, like, her opening cutscene has her, or maybe it's the middle cutscene, I don't know, it's one of them, where she gets pushed down by a kid and then she, like, beats him, like, I don't know if she kills him, but, like, she, like beats the crap out of him with, like, a lead pipe, and they took that out of the game. Like, that was too far. It was like child-on-child violence, I think they called it. Jaffe was pretty pissed at that. I guess he enjoyed that cutscene. But there's a lot of shit like that got removed. Alright, here's my least favorite part of the entire game. I know I said it was something else, but I think it's this. Because I don't know how to consistently hit him, and so I feel like, I don't know, I end up just, I don't know, becoming very vulnerable, but I will try my special. Okay, special works, turns out. Okay, we have a shot. I'm just gonna hide and wait for my specials to regenerate. So in the meantime, let's just chat. Let's just talk. They largely removed the skinhead tattoo. The text is visible in some cutscenes if you know how to look for it, I think. And I'm sure it's not legible, too. Like, even if it's, like, there, I don't think you can read it. Unless you know what it's supposed to say. I remember playing the game as a teen and picking up on something with John Doe's character, but not finding out about it until a few months ago. Yeah, I think that's what they want. I think, like, your experience is exactly what they wanted. Like, where it's like, you feel like there's something off, but you can't put your finger on it, because it's never, like, you know, set outright. I think that's exactly where they want the players to be. How are tankers on the skyscrapers? Oh, yeah, I'll try to show off where they are. So on that opposite roof there, if you can see it, there's, like, these little tents that say Special Op. They drive out of there. Don't ask me why there's, like, Special Op tents on a rooftop. I genuinely don't know. Oh, I could hit them through the wall. That's fucking broken. Let's fucking go. That's great. This is great. Police driving tanker trucks. My understanding of the tankers on this level is not that they're associated with Warhawk. I think they're Calypso, like, giving us a fighting chance against this, like, you know, overpowered machine. Like, brought a helicopter to a car fight. This is not fair. So I think the tankers are supposed to be Calypso saying, hey, I got you, bro. Because this is, like, lore-wise, this is not part of the contest. This is like, we finished the contest on the last level, but this is like a sort of thing that happens on our way to claim our prize. Oh, that guy, thanks for stopping by. What's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by the stream. We're having a fun time, getting my ass kicked in Twisted Metal Black, as I wont to do. So thanks for coming by. What does everyone think could work for a new Twisted Metal character? I think X-Mob, Hitman, or an Arsonist. I mean, the possibilities are really... Fuck me, dude. Damn it. Damn it. This didn't fall off this time. Did I fall off at 8th time? I don't think I did. Yeah, we got to make that happen. I swear that Calypso gave these drivers who have no extremities or no face some type of magic to let them complete. Yeah, right? Because in Twisted Metal Lost, you know, it's revealed that at the end of this game, Cage, the driver of Warthog, you know, he wants to go toe-to-toe as, like, with Sweet Tooth as the most, you know, notorious serial killer in Midtown. And, you know, when that happens after Twisted Metal Black, you know, he confronts Calypso or whatever. Calypso lops off his arms and legs, so he has no, you know, ability to be a serial killer or whatever. Dumb story, but, like, he has no way to drive a car. And then I think there's Severed Sam in that game, who has no head. He's Severed Sam. And then there's No Face. So, like, there's 3 characters who, like, very obviously have no ability to operate a motor vehicle. But yet, here they are. So I don't know if there's some magic involved or what. Hi, that guy. What's up, Broham? Yeah, because Calypso hates uninvited combatants like Cousin Eddie. I thought that was hilarious. The Cousin Eddie ending. It's dumb as hell. Like it's not like gonna win an Oscar or anything. But like I think it's great. Fuck. All right, we can do it. We can do it. There we go. That took a long time for the tanker to explode. No Face says he drives with the other senses, so just his ears, I guess. Yeah, that's what he says. Like he says, which I mean, I think it's true that you can your other senses sort of become heightened. When let's say your sight or your hearing is limited in some capacity. I think your other senses do sort of become more heightened, but not to the degree you could start driving. That's a bit ridiculous. The Hotline Miami Jacket Killer could be an awesome Easter egg for these games. Yeah, I think whenever you're trying to introduce new characters to Twisted Metal, I think like you just cannot go wrong. Like, it's such a wide open, like diverse atmosphere that like pretty much anything makes sense outside of like it hit like the randomizer on like a Grand Theft Auto created character. I don't know, like if you like put any amount of thought into it, it probably can make sense in this universe. Okay, destroy. We still have 1 life left, so I could probably make this happen without cheating. Because the range works through the wall with my special, so I could probably do it. Cousin Eddie wants a better one. He just fucking picks him up by his neck. It's fantastic. I love it. No Face has some sort of sixth sense, I guess, really playing into the idea of losing a sense strengthens the others. Yeah, and I know that's true. Like, there's some science to that. It's just like, it's not to like a cartoonish degree or like an unrealistic degree. Be sure to use the powered up special for massive damage. Yeah, you're right. I thought about that the last one. Let's see. So I've used 1 special already. That was 2. We've got him down to half health. So like realistically, like 3 specials fully charged up could probably kill this guy. As someone with extensive vision loss, I can attest that other senses become more sensitive and you rely on them more out of necessity. Yeah, thank you for your experience. I really appreciate you sharing that with me, because like I'm in a fortunate enough situation that my senses are more or less like as intended, I suppose. And so I don't know what it's like to have limited hearing or sight or smell, and I'm sure that's hard for a lot of people who maybe developed their senses quote unquote normally and then had one lost, because I think when you oh my god, he can blow up the entire damn. Oh my god, I didn't know he can destroy that bunker. I thought it just stays good forever. That's new. Okay, I think we can finish him off though. Holy crap, I didn't know that, man. That sucks. But it's okay, we can probably finish this off. But yeah, thank you for your experience, Rosewick. I do appreciate you sharing that with me. With all of us. What if Warhawk is a surplus National Guard chopper? Okay, alright, I'm gonna meet it. Not gonna interrupt the cutscene. Here we go.
What do you know? I was the winner. Calypso's contest was over and I was the champ. And true to his word, the man delivered the goods. I got my prize. He even had a special bonus lined up for me. It fit perfect, like we was meant to be together. I had seen fear in a man's eyes before, but this was different. This was special. I think that doctor, he knew payback was going to be brutal. It's funny, after all these years, I still got some snap in that left hook of mine. You know, that was the first time I ever knocked someone out with one punch.
All right, let's skip this because we do not want copyright infringement. Oh, Sam, I didn't know that. I'm sorry for saying that. I was just saying because, you asked him, and then he's like, no, go ask him. It's like, when you asking your parents for something, no, go ask your dad. It's like, well, they said to ask you. Yeah, I apologize. It's not what I meant. So one thing I want to show off is that you can go into maps. Let's use, I don't know, roadkill, I guess. I guess just pick a car. I don't care which car. But we can go into a map without any enemies on it. We can just explore. Have fun. Love the Brooklyn accent for Crazy 8. It fits him so well. It's so perfect. And what's cool is the voice actor for Sweet Tooth is the same as the one for, I think it's Axel and Sweet Tooth. J.S. Gilbert. He did both. I think he did excellent for all of them. It's fine, man. I'm okay. Yeah, if I had known that, I wouldn't have made the jokes. I hope everything's all right. But yeah, I don't mind you playing Minecraft with us for sure. I think it could be fun. And anyone else, who wants to join on Minecraft, more than happy to oblige. So we got one taco, one roadkill. Roadkill to me seems like the default explore vehicle. We got a shrimp roadkill. Okay, we got 2 roadkills and a taco. I'm heading out. Y'all be safe. All right. Well, thanks for Thomas for sticking around through this playthrough. It's been fun. We're in the epilogue stages now. The playthrough is properly over. I think we was meant for each other. Yeah, he's a great voice actor. And that Brooklyn accent is fucking perfect. So yeah, let's do Roadkill. That's the one I wanted. We got a couple of things in the chat for that. So you can just suggest an app you want to explore. We can just take a look at. Freeway I don't have unlocked apparently. You have to get 10 endurance kills on snowy roads. Prison Passage I don't know how to unlock that either. You have a taco for... Dang. a little bit late on the taco. Alright, we got Downtown, Highway Loop, Snowy Roads, Drive-In Movie, Suburbs, Junkyard. I think that's all the single-player ones. And I can try to add a second controller to maybe we can get to the... There's an Easter egg I want to show off, too, before we go. Crap, I couldn't find the taco emoji in time. That's alright. If I do a second thing... Oh, I want to show off an Easter egg, so I guess for the Easter egg I'll do Dark Side. Thanks, Eamon. It's 1 a.m. for me, so I'm going to bed. Well, thanks for sticking around so late. That really means a lot that you guys are willing to postpone your bedtimes to hang out with me on the stream. It's really cool. Warthog had really memorable voice acting in this game. Super unstable type of attitude. Oh yeah, it's creepy. It's fucked up. Yeah, but it fits the game. We got Drive-In Movie. We got Suburbs. Taco. We'll do Taco next for sure. A lot of black boxes and locked maps just seems to be their only usage. It is, yeah. The black box. I just don't know where the one for Prison Passage is, or Minion Stadium for that matter. I know where the one for. Fuck. I hope I have sewers on this one. I might have to unlock it. That would be tough. Oh man, I'm wearing headphones to listen to the game, and my head's getting fucking. It's uncomfortable. Wonder if the drive-in is the same as the War of the Monsters. All right, we got a drive-in. That should be quick to get through. We'll do where is it? We'll do Drive-In Movie real quick because there's just not a whole lot. So the way to do it is once you're on the opponent selection screen, you just kind of do L2 R2 a bunch of times really fast. Oh, yeah, probably have to go. I didn't do it fast enough, I think. There we go. There we go. So as soon as it loads that screen for the pick your opponent, you just do L2 R2 really fast back and forth, and then you can load in with no opponents. So we can check out what it's like when there's not people shooting at us every half a second. So there's the projector that shows the player's camera. And I think it will follow us if we... Oop, that's not right. Actually, I'm not sure how to do it on PS4. I'm not sure what the different controls are for the camera. Anyway, that's rear view, I guess. So there's that. And then there's a hot dog with a mustache that I'm a big fan of. Looks distraught. That is not a happy hot dog. I wonder if we can turn that frown upside down. Let's give him a little taste of Roadkill Special, fully charged. Oh, he didn't like that. Or maybe he liked it so much he exploded. Hard to tell. The hot dog is not very expressive. Cage genuinely freaks me out. His voice acting and character concept are very unsettling to me. He's portrayed like his emotions are genuinely out of his control. Yeah, I think that I think the story itself is very like limited. There's not much to it, but the character itself and the way it's like, I don't know, executed. Yeah, it's genuinely, it's unnerving. It's creepy, and like, yeah, it seems like someone who's like, I can't help what my actions do, but also my reactions to what I do is like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just it seems like a true vessel for evil. Like just, I don't know. Like he's on a roller coaster in his own life. Where can I find Cage SSWW? I am scared to ask what SSW is. SSWW? The voice actor for Cage is on YouTube? Oh, that'd be cool. If you have like content or something, yeah. It would be my trademark. Whenever I killed, everyone would know it was me. Little blade hands. But like in Twist Metal Lost, it's like revealed that right away he fucking got killed by Sweet Tooth, or like his arms and legs lopped off. My only gripe with Cage is that he almost looks exactly like Axel. Yeah, no, you're right. I think like that character wasn't fleshed out very much. It's very shallow. Like he only has an ending cutscene. There's no other like story to it. It's just a guy that wants to be a serial killer, and he wins a contest. He gets blade hands and the brain surgery or whatever, and then boom, gone. He's off on his way. We have a food board for every character in this game. Oh, was someone asking about that? Because yeah, we have like every character in Twisted Metal has like a corresponding food emoji. And for Taco, it's Dark Side. For Roadkill, it's Shrimp. I don't think of others off the top of my head. It's tough. Zayman has a full list though, if anyone's curious. Sorry, I was going for a while. What's happened? We beat the game. I cheated twice, but don't tell anyone that. Otherwise, it'll like discredit me as a gamer, and I will sue you for defamation. So now we're just exploring maps, just for the fun of it. I'm trying to blow up the movie theater screen. Oh, they just fucked up the helicopter. My only gripe was that they didn't get to flesh out a little more for his ending. Yeah, and that seems like the case for most of the unlockable characters, is that like they didn't do much for the stories. Axel's like that. Yellow Jacket has like the most of the bonus characters. He has an intro cutscene, no middle. So, but that one was cool. I liked the implications of Yellow Jacket's cutscenes. Like saying that like, okay, Calypso needs an heir to his contest. It was supposed to be Sweet Tooth, but of course he was killed in the contest. Otherwise, Yellow Jacket couldn't have won. And so he says, all right, well, you're in the same bloodline, so we're going to take you. There we go. I think it takes a gas can. You can also blow up the projector building as well. Okay, I think that's about it for this level. That's all you can really do. Honestly, I can easily distinguish Warthog from Cage. Oh, man. Yeah, I think the Warthogs in other games are fairly distinct. Oh, yeah, Axel should definitely be pizza. That, you know, that's great. We actually used waffle for Axel. And, yeah, then Warthog was pizza. So I think we should swap that. I think that makes more sense. All right, so here, I'll give you the choice. I got to get a second controller, so I'll let you guys in chat real quick. Tell me if you want to see the Easter egg on the sewers map or if you want to explore Suburbs. Leave it up to you. Give me one moment. Sorry, I had to turn on my TV. Okay, I think I'm ready, because in order to do the sewers level Easter egg, you have to be in multiplayer mode. So it seems like you guys want sewers, so I am cool with that. Let's fucking get it. Okay, alright, I'm ready. Outlaw should be a donut. I think we chose bacon for Outlaw. I do enjoy that one. Almost every male character in this game is bald, by the way. When you notice it, you'll never stop. Okay, let's take a look at that. I'm curious now. It matters. This way. Okay, so Billy Ray, bald. No. Brimstone, bald. Yes. Outlaw, bald. No. Mr. Grimm, bald. Yes, kinda, sort of. I think Under the Skull he's probably not, but I think he's become the Skull at this point. Roadkill, yes. Crazy 8, yes. Yellow Jacket, yes. The man is. The kid's not. Axel, yes. Cage, yes. And Manslaughter, I'm going to go with yes. He's a Gimp-suit demon. I can only imagine there's no hair on that body. Makes it more streamlined for his sexual duties. Sweet Tooth, I mean, not bald. He has flaming hair, but I suppose under the flaming hair. You're right. You got it. Okay, I'll just pick fucking... I think someone said Taco. Cheese is Vermin. Salt is Meat Wagon. Cherry was Talon, I think. Honey, I don't remember Honey. There was a Taco last time, and then player 2 can be, I don't know, the People's Champion, Shadow. Let's go to Suburbs, or fucking Sewers. Where is it? Oh, thank God I have it. I was worried I didn't have it. Black is scary. Hell yeah, it's scary. Hell yeah. I think maybe my way of coping with its, like, horrifying nature is making videos about it. Exposing myself to it. Mongra Montgrad, sub. Thank you for the sub. I assume that's what you meant by that, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate everyone who subscribes to me. Like, I don't know, a year ago, I would have never, ever imagined that, like, any amount of people would care about, like, content that I create. But here I am with, 20 people, watching me stream, so I really do appreciate it. Cherry is Crimson Fury. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, Talon was what, then? I'm curious now. So, the Easter egg is on the Sewers map. I don't exactly know where it's at, so this might take me a second. But we need... I'll just use God mode, if it's possible. There we go. I want to say it's over here. And if anyone has already seen this, I apologize, but I think it's always fun to show off. So it's nice to have a gas can, because in order to get into the part of the map that you need to get into... Oh my god, that's so loud. Holy fuck. Dog, that's so loud. Okay. Apologize for that. There's something about this atmosphere that still makes me uncomfortable to play it. I'm with you, and I when I say, like, I do those things I do in this game, like, covering it to, like, cope, like, a part of that's true. Like, there is a lot of stuff that really unsettles me about this game. Like, there's just something... It is unnerving, and when I was little, like, when this game first, was coming out, I was, like, getting into it, whatever, probably too young. There is a comment section in the back of the manual. I don't know if people remember, like, video game manuals, but there used to be, like, with every, physical copy of a video game, you would get a manual. And in the back of that manual was a comment section, like a little, like, blank pages for you to write down notes and stuff on the game. I don't know why. But I remember writing in the back of it saying, like, are the people who made this okay? Like, are they bad people? Like, should I be worried about these people being out in the streets? Like, that's how much this, like, game disturbed me. It was like, I was, like, genuinely horrified by even the people making it, like, thinking there's no way, like, a sane, rational, like, decent person could put this game together. Talon was the President Pretzel. I love that. President Pretzel. A bug exterminator truck would be a nice addition to this world. Some broken down giant cockroach head on its hood. I mean, that's pretty close to what appears in the in Twisted Metal 4. So I still have to get Spectre for this game. Spectre's pretty easy, I think. That's a fairly easy playthrough, I think. I'm struggling a little bit to find the spot of the map to go into. But it's a part of the wall that's, like, you can clip into. You'll just do some... I guess if you're, like, a younger audience member, maybe avert your eyes, because this is getting a little explicit. This is how when a mommy truck and a daddy wall really love each other. what you get is what I'm going to find on the inside of this wall. Good God. Vermin, but for bugs. I mean, kind of, right? Like, exterminators, I think, cover, like, most things, right? Like, not just bugs and rats. President Pretzel. Let's make that my nickname. Fuck Decidue, man. President Pretzel all the way. Come on. It's over here somewhere, I think. It's on one of these fucking corners. Oh, Spectre. Okay, I got you. You need Spectre emoji. That's a good one. I don't know. It looks so stupid on the bottom screen. Alright, just for the sake of variety, I'll switch to controller 2. Oh, oops. Alright. Oh, wow, it's way faster. This thing is like a fucking missile. Let's turn on the God mode here. Yeah, milk is jug. That makes too much sense. There we go. What's it say? The Bulkhead 42B? I wonder why this map never got to appear, like, in the main game. Like, it's really unfortunate, in my opinion. Like, there's a few maps, like Power Plant, Sewers, Mini Downtown, Mini Junkyard, that, like, just don't appear in the main game. It's only multiplayer only. God, I always struggle to find the spot on the wall it is. Oh, hey. Nope. No. Shit. An ICBM truck would be cool for TM. That's also another one that was in Twisted Metal 4. The nuke truck, the nuke mobile from Twisted Metal 4 was what Calypso drove. Maybe rice for Spectre. A cake. I like the cake. That's a good one, Rosewick. I like that. They have taco, chili pepper. Chili pepper was Reaper, I thought, right? Sometimes finding the right wall is a gamble. Yeah. Like, and every time I do this, I feel somewhat confident, like, alright, I got this. It's easy. But then I just never fucking do it. Never works. I think it's, fuck, is it this wall? So I remember being, like, close to a corner or something. I want to say Manhunt and its sequel are way more creepy and dark than this game is. You might be right. I mean, this isn't the creepiest game ever, but I think the way it assembles all these different, like, dark and moody stuff, like, and so sincerely, like, it doesn't try to make anything, like, lighthearted or fun or, like, show any sort of, like, levity. It's just always, like, a, just, I don't know, brute force. Oh, I found it. Alright. Are you guys ready? Let me know in the chat if you're ready. Because I don't think you are. And before I do this, keep in mind, this game is now 22 years old. Or it will be next month. It'll be 22 years old next month. Actually, let's bring Darkseid in here for this. I think if both characters are in here, I think that would be awfully appropriate. Let's see. Also, if you are playing this game, like, split screen, like, I'd be pretty pissed if, like, someone clipped through the wall. Like, I didn't know about it. That would suck. Alright. Ready for... giant baby. It's a big fucking baby poster on the wall. And I say keep in mind that this game is 22 years old because that child there is a fully grown adult. Like a full fucking human being. And this still lives on. Like, you can download this game for $10 on PSN and find some random person's baby photo. Like, that's gotta suck, man. Like, if you're that kid, the whole world has access to, like, looking at your weird baby face. Anyway, that's the Easter egg. That's the whole thing. And you have to do it in multiplayer too. So anyway, when I said that when a mommy wall and a daddy truck love each other very much, this is what you get. Ridiculous. All right. I think I don't mind doing a little exploration of another map, but after that, I think that's all I got time for. The fact they coded that in is hilarious, right? Like, they put actual resources from this game into doing that. I'm sure it was just one, like, program, like a level designer was like, hey, really proud of my kid, let's sneak him in there somewhere. You know, but I don't think anyone's, like, come out and said, like, hey, that's my kid or anything. I don't think the baby who that picture is of, I don't think they ever spoke up and said, hey, that's me. I hope they're doing okay. Hope that baby's alright. The entire game is inside this baby's mind. I mean, that's the only real, like, thing in this game is that picture. That, like, the only thing that exists outside the game is that baby, so could be. Though thinking about it, Shadow's cheat code is pretty cursed. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm not showing that off on stream, though. I know what you're talking about. If anyone's curious, there's an alternate special for Raven, where if you press a certain combination of buttons, it'll, like, have her pop out of the top of her car with a turret that can shoot opponents and stuff. That's not the cursed part. There's an alternate version of that, where she comes out of the top of her car, but in her underwear. And I'm not, you know, some, like, enormous prude or anything. I have no problem with, like, you know, nudity or whatever. I have a problem with it being a 17-year-old girl who that is for, which, you know, if you don't believe me, let's go to Raven's bio right here. Let's see. Shadow. All right. Age. 17. Not showing that off. I know it's a fictional person, but, like, I don't know. They could have changed one digit. They could have changed the 7 to an 8, made her 18 years old. And it would have been perfectly fine. But, what are you going to do? At least it's better than the Nevermind album cover, baby lol. Yeah. No, that's a good point. Like, that's like, you know, millions of copies of that album sold that it's on the cover, versus like this game, like maybe like 5 people on the planet have like found that sewer baby. Also, you know, now that you Sev, now that you kind of, you know, wrote it out that way, you're a parent, a proud parent, proud enough to put your child into a video game, and where do you put them? In a fucking sewer. Like, I mean, I hope that kid's okay, man. Like, I hope they were in a loved family and home, and they're in college right now studying fucking mechanical engineering or something. Like, man. I'm pretty sure that she comes out fully naked. No, she's in her underwear, I'm pretty sure. I don't think she's, like, fully nude, but either way, it's still, like, weird and gross. If she was 18, it would be based, but since she's 17, it's horrible. Yeah, exactly. Like, her story does not change at all if she becomes an 18-year-old versus 17. Like, it was an intentional choice to make her 17. And not only that, in Twisted Metal 2012, there's, like, the secret epilogue where it's the end of... Yeah, it's epilogue 2 or whatever. And, you know, Sweet Tooth's daughter, the person he's hunting the entire game, she becomes resurrected as Sweet Chick. And it's like this, like, you know, woman, like, scantily dressed in, like, these, like, weird sexy outfit or whatever. Which, again, is fine. I have no problem with, like, someone dressing up as, like, a sexy clown, whatever. But she's 16 years old. Why do they keep putting these like, you know, young women in these situations of these games where they're, like, in these, like, not great clothing, man? And it's Jaffe both times. Like, he's not a great track record. That's 2 strikes, man. What is he doing? What is Jaffe doing? Like, give me more of this guy. Give me more Gimp-Suit Demon. I'm done with, like, a 17-year-old. Like, and also, wouldn't Spectre be a much better candidate for that sort of Easter egg than... Well, actually, how old is Dollface in this game? Dollface would have been better, I think. Age unknown, okay. Because I guess she's young in this game. That would be even worse, probably. But, like, I don't know. Bloody Mary in this game is... How old? Where is she? I think she's like 30-something. Yeah, she's 34. Come on, guys. Like, her. Make her the weird Easter egg, you know? What are we doing? Alright, I'm going to use the People's Champ, Manslaughter. Give me Manslaughter in his underwear, man. I want to see that. Ah, shit. Trying to explore Suburbs. Come on. It's not working. Let's see. Why doesn't it want to work? Ah, damn it. Sweet Tooth let his son live in 2012 game apparently too. Would have loved to seen a story. Yeah, they really set up for like a... There we go, now it worked. They really set up for a sequel in 2012 that they just never got paid off. You know, which is unfortunate. In a sewer, in a game filled with serial killers and cannibals. Like, yeah, if you're that kid, like, I would question, like, did my parents really want me? Like, am I the result of, like, a loving relationship, or was that, like, an accident? You know? Man, I really hope that kid's okay. If they gave Bloody Mary that Easter egg, it would have almost played into her character. I could see her being sexually explicit in a plot to gain attention. Yeah, doesn't it make way more sense for her versus, like, any other character? But no, they give it to Raven, man. And it sucks, because, like, I feel like I don't know, maybe at the time it was different, but like when I uploaded videos to TikTok about Raven, you know, like I had to show pictures of Raven in the video because otherwise, like, you gotta know who I'm talking about, right? And people in the comments were like, "Oh, Raven is mommy. Raven is like my new queen or whatever." And I felt bad like having to tell these people like, "Dude, she's 17. Like, stop." Like I get it, like, you know, the whole like goth girl is like a whole thing now, but I don't know. It's just, and it's a fictional character, so it's like, how much does it really matter? But I think it does matter. Like, I don't know, simping or whatever people call it. Like, I don't know. Over a 17-year-old in a video game, it's a little weird. And then like the Easter egg doesn't help. Oh man, it's so you're right, it's cursed. There's no way to put it. It's cursed. Well, Sweet Chick would have been dead for years, so she would be 23 or something when resurrected, unless we don't count afterlife like a person being frozen for 200 years. It depends on how you, I guess, how you interpret it. I always interpret it as like, yeah, she was dead, so you stop aging when she was dead. You know, but if she gets resurrected, maybe he just happened to resurrect her as she would have been if she were alive at that point, which would have been, you know, like 20-something years old. So that, but then you're giving the developers a little more credit than I think they deserve. Dude, if Raven's character is topless, aka no bra, that's a bit questionable. I think it's, I'm pretty sure she's just like in underwear, so there's like the bra and underwear. So like you don't see any, there's no like nipple or anything, but like, it's still like, don't put a 17-year-old in that position, man. What are we doing? Thirsting, thank you. Yeah, like Bloody Mary in this game would have made way more sense for that. Like if they really were that set on putting a woman in her underwear, like do it to Spectre. That's all I'm saying. And then one person said that, yeah, hold on. You said she's in her 20s at least. Oh, for Dollface, yeah. So Dollface, I think in her original story, she was like young, like maybe 12 or 13, and I think maybe even younger than that actually, because the way she talks, it doesn't sound like an adult talking. Like she sounds like a kid. Like her vocabulary is very simple, and like her voice is very like shy, you know. And like I think the first line of her story is like, "I was a bad girl one time," which is not something I would expect to hear out of like a college-age person. And so the original her original character was much younger, but I guess in the final version she has a line that says she's like in college or whatever. So it can go either way. But I still like, if you're gonna sexualize any character, like it makes way more sense for it to be Spectre than basically anyone else. And that guy went far. Yeah, poor guy. See, if I was a teenager, 17 under, I would have loved that code, but being 30, it's gross. Yeah, right? Yeah, if I was 14, she's 3 years older than me, so it's like not that weird. But then, I don't know, now that I'm old enough to like, you know, I'm 25, so like now I'm old enough to be like, no, that's fucking weird and gross. And also, like, you imagine, like, everyone working on this game was probably, you know, in their late 20s, 30s, even 40s. Like, them programming that into the game, like, are you shitting me? Like, oh my god. I suppose you can attribute it to her brain damage, but Dollface is really portrayed as having regressed to a childlike state. I can see that too. I think that's a good way to kind of reconcile those two, like her younger version and the final version of the game, is to say like, you know, she regressed to that point. But I can see that too, definitely. Dude, if people think Raven is questionable, don't play Final Fantasy X2. Yeah, I'm definitely not saying that like the Raven code in this game is the only example of like exploiting like a young woman in a game. But I don't know, it's a weird one. I mean, there's obviously a lot of games that like have a lot of questionable things like that. And it was 2001 when this game came out, so like I'm sure the sensibilities back then were like much different. So, and the Raven code in this game is not the worst thing ever. Like, I'm not saying we should cancel Jaffe for it or anything, but it's just I don't know. It's out of place, first of all, and it's just it's weird. Yeah, I don't know another way to put it. I find it crazy that Bloody Mary went from a creepy-looking lady in the beta to a beautiful woman. I honestly understand her. I understand her being rejected with her beta face model. I'm not sure if I remember. I think I do. There's like concepts. I don't know if it's called concept art, but yeah, her beta promo, like character models and stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it looks creepy. It looks like a Tim Burton character, in my opinion. Dollface has the perfect voice acting, in my opinion, like in Silent Hill with Angela's character and intentionally having an older voice actress. I don't know much about Silent Hill, but I think I know what you're talking about. But Yeah, I think it works. Like, Dollface's character, I think they made the right choices. Like, I don't think there's anything they should have changed. I mean, I guess maybe it being her dad is a little bit more believable as far as, like, I don't know. Because it was her boss, and, like, the boss flipped out and put her in the mask. Which, I mean, obviously, like, that's not, like, stupid or anything, but I liked it better when it was, like, her dad. Did you know that the date of the events of the first Saw movie is 9/10/01? Oh my god. How unfortunate. It's weird to even have that code in the first place, and I can't help but feel like it's the only reason Shadow has that pointless turret second special. Yeah, doesn't it, though? I think I heard someone else say that, or maybe not, I don't know. But I think you're right. I've had that thought, too, of, like, you know, she's the only character I could think of with, like, a secondary special. Maybe except for Axel. Axel has that spiky wheel. But, yeah, like, why would she have that weird turret? Unless, like... Because she's the only character, I'm pretty sure, besides Mr. Grimm, that we get to, like... that we're able to consistently see, like, their entire, like, model, 3D model, in-game. And they use that to be like, well, we just want to see her in her underwear. Very, very crazy. I don't know. Spectre's character select screen is one of the characters I still have their beta models. I always found that aspect strange playing the game. Let's take a look at that. That's a good point. Let's take a look at these. Because yeah, a lot of these the character select screen does seem to have a lot of like beta models in it. For instance, like Junkyard Dog, like that face does not look like it appears in the cutscenes. And I have a feeling that the stats, like the control speed, armor, special, I feel like those are also like from the beta. Like I don't think they accurately reflect like what's going on with these characters. Like Agent Stone here does not look like he does in the cutscenes. I think Preacher's pretty close. Maybe that didn't change too much. Sweet Tooth didn't change much. Grimm doesn't change much. John Doe is pretty close. So some of these do reflect it. Crazy 8 looks different in like every cutscene, it feels like. He's just always a little bit more weird and fucked up. Yeah, she looks like a Tim Burton character here, but in the cutscene she looks like way different. I don't know. Crazy 8 is Apple. Are you guys still going on? Yeah, I'm trying to read the chat as best I can. This was one of the scariest games when I was a kid. Oh, it still scares me, man. It still gives me the heebie-jeebies. In the beta cutscene for Twisted Metal Black, the year is 2023. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I think it's 2001, isn't it? Because there's a newspaper in Sweet Tooth's cutscene. We can probably actually look at it now. Let's go to movies. That has the date that he was captured as being... Oh, no, not load. We want movies. Let's go to the movies, fellas. Get your popcorn. Get your tickets ready. Let's see. I think it's his middle cutscene. Let's take a look.
3 months in the nut house.
It says 3 months in the nut house. So that implies he was captured for 3 months. And let's see what the newspaper says. I can't pause it, though, so we'll have to be quick.
I was out like the dying heartbeat of a little girl. It was the first time in forever I hadn't felt the burning and the dreams. Boys and girls, those were some...
Does John even have his tattoos in the menu model? I don't know. Let's take a look at that. Billy Ray, Spectre, Outlaw, and Shadow I know are different. Yeah, I don't know if it's like because it like they changed through the beta. Oh, here we go. March 30, 2001 is when he was on his spree.
But like all good things, it had to end sometime.
Oh no, the battery's low.
When they captured me, the only
October 13, 2001 was when he was captured. Yeah, 2001. And I don't know any other like frame of reference for the time that this game takes place in. But I'd believe you if you said it was 2023. I'm sure there's something in here to reflect that. Let's take a look at John Doe. Does he have his tattoos? I don't think so. I mean, he has some tattoos, but not like the tattoo, you know? Unless it's like on his arm that's holding the gun that we can't really see. TMB surprisingly takes place before TM1, which was 2005 in the Lost cutscenes. But on YouTube you can find the beta cutscenes. I see. Okay. Yeah, maybe we could check out the beta some other time. I can't really load up YouTube on stream at the moment. But that'd be cool to look at for sure. I'm not sure what it changes, but it's a cool little fact. Oh man, these headphones are getting awfully uncomfortable. But I think that's all I got I think that's it. We've explored Twist Metal Black, played through it, got through it fairly quickly. I'm pretty happy about that. And I appreciate y'all joining me. Thanks for exploring the main menu, the sewers level, Suburbs, and what was the other one we did? Drive-in movie. Ton of fun. Always fun to explore this game. Cage does have a little bit of hair. Look at that. Y'all have been great. I really appreciate y'all sticking around in my sort of impromptu stream here. Yeah, it's not like he has a black sun or swastika tattoo, just a bunch of reference material. Yeah, all of his tattoos, or at least the ones that are like the tattoo, you know, like they're not explicit, but they're like close enough that you kind of get the feeling. Was fun having a little exploration discussion time. Have a good night, everybody. Hey, you guys are great. You guys are fantastic. I could not ask for a better audience. I really appreciate it. All right, unless there's anything else pressing, I think that's all I got. Enjoy your guys' night. I know it's late for some of you. Rosewick, Panda, Zayman, Arson, D-Nick, Sweet Pepino, of course, Lester Fox, Brandon the Alien, SSWW3 2040. Also by missing Sev. Thank you all. Y'all are great. Have a wonderful night.